Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, it's time for football!
Strap in and turn up the radio for hard-hitting, high-scoring USF Cougar football. Coach Kevin Donnelly joins Joe Parson and the Redeemer Radio sports team for one of the great traditions in Fort Wayne sports as we count down to the kickoff on Redeemer Radio.
And we are underway in St. Louis as Gavin Gardner kicks it away, returned by Devin Michael Griffin from the goal line out to about the 30-yard line. Let's see where they're going to spot that football. Michael Griffin comes in, the number one kick returner in the MSFA, averaging just under 26 yards a kick return. Has a long of 53 this year. And it will be 1st and 10. MBU, they've got it at their own 30-yard line. They move from right to left as we look at it. Glad you could join us here. 71 degrees at kickoff. Here's a quick fade throw left side. They got a man open, but that's incomplete. Intended to Isaiah King. Incomplete pass. It is Tim Brenneisen, freshman 6'3" quarterback who came in last week, completed 6-8 for 126 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. They used 5 different quarterbacks last week against Concordia, had 9 different ball carriers as they were just trying to find something that would work. Bunch line up to the right side now. Motion out of it. Right to left behind the line of scrimmage. They'll run the ball now and off tackle. Here's a nice move up across the 40-45 as that's Kendall Davis. Davis is number 9 in rushing yardage in the MSFA, coming in with 427 yards, but has a good run that time off tackle to the left side, and he's got a 1st down for MBU. They've got it just short of midfield at the Spartan 48-yard line. Hurry up offense now, shotgun formation. Brenneisen looking, short drop, looks left side again, throws the fade. He's got a man open downfield, and there was contact, and there'll be a penalty flag. Wilmer Cole was there that had some help defensively, and the Cougars, remember a year ago, they gave up 2 long 80-plus yard touchdown tosses, 2 snaps, 2 touchdowns for MBU. They led early 14-7, and then the Cougars took care of business, won at 56-24. Lee Stewart was also there with the help defense. It goes against Wilmer Cole, the pass interference call. So the penalty, they'll mark that off from the 43 of USF. And let's see, they will take the ball down. By the way, Brian Harris is the referee today. And they'll spot it at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. So here come the Spartans now. And they have 2 running backs, 2 protectors in. There was motion at the line of scrimmage, and let's see what this one goes. St. Francis comes in as far as penalties, averaging 68.7 yards a game in penalties. At Siena Heights last week, they had 4 for 46. Ryan Harris, our referee, talking with the officials. Brenneisen clapping his hands, and let's see, is it going to be offside? It is encroachment against St. Francis, so 2 back-to-back penalties helping MBU as they will have first down and 5 now from the Cougar 32-yard line. Ball spotted at the left side hash mark. Kendall Davis, we mentioned, he is the running back, a sophomore, 5'9", 180. And he's in motion to the near side. And Brenneisen looks to hand the ball off straight up the middle that time, and not much there. Austin Schultz, I believe, in there, got the call. Schultz actually leads them with 4 rushing touchdowns. No gain, though. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Offensive line, a big one for Missouri Baptist. They average 290 a man, tackle to tackle. Johnny Reed at center, junior at 320. Kenneth Satcher and Graham Croswell the guards, Austin Bush and Robert Calhoun the tackles. 2nd down and 5. Again, they'll run the ball up the middle. And for a moment, it looked like Kendall Davis had some running room. He reached the USF 31, maybe the 30. Let's see where they spot that ball down. Eric Dutton credited with making the stop. And they'll spot it just inside the 30-yard line at about the 29, actually. Knows the football just inside the 30. 3rd down, and let's call it a long 3. Brenneisen now changes up. Play clock, as I've just lost my chair. among other things today. Well, we don't have a play clock. That's right. It's a high school field. Here in Missouri, and they apparently don't have play clocks. So they'll give the ball off, and here's a curl play up the middle to get a yard, maybe two, inside the 29. So it'll bring up fourth down, and we will see what the Spartans elect to do. It looks like they're going to bring on the field goal team. As far as field goals, they are 1 of 2 this year. This will be a 47-yard attempt if they go for it. Now they shift into offense. Looks like it is going to be a fake, maybe a punt. And here's a roll to the right side. And looking to throw the ball. They throw it, and they've got a first down at the Cougar 20-yard line. So they crossed up the Cougars. Jordan Norwine, who was one of the 5 quarterbacks used last week, they shifted out of the field goal attempt of 47 yards. Instead, Norwine throws the ball complete, and they will have a 1st and 10 right around the USF 20-yard line. Well, they're going to mark that back now outside the 21 at the 22, but it will still be 1st and 10 for Missouri Baptist, threatening to draw first blood here. Now they shift again back into the shotgun formation for Brenheisen, back in there as quarterback. Drops the throw, looks right, throws right. Short pass that is caught inside the Cougar 20. Gang tackled. USF converges on the ball receiver that time, the pass catcher. Dutton again credited with the stop, but a quick hitting play. That was Dante Cox on the receiving end, and now we have a penalty flag once again. That's in the backfield outside the 30-yard line at the 32. So Brian Harris going to come over and let us know. Roughing the passer against St. Francis. So the Cougars have been victimized on this series alone at a pass interference, now a personal foul, roughing the passer. And that'll move the ball somewhere around halfway distance to the goal line. That'll take the ball back inside the 10 of USF, down around the 8-yard line. So the Cougars trying to get their sea legs here after the long bus trip yesterday. And right now it's MBU threatening to draw first blood. They have a 1st and goal at the 8 of St. Francis. Brenheisen looking to throw, looks right side and incomplete. That time the defender fell down for St. Francis. That was Lee Stewart. And for a moment they had an open receiver in the corner of the end zone, Dante Cox, but he couldn't find the handle, and incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd and goal still from the 8-yard line. Now they're bringing Bryson Barnes, a tight end. He goes 6'1", 210 pounds. He's tight to the right side, and now they're going to split him out. And it's an empty backfield, 3 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left side. Brenheisen all alone back there. Short drop, throws to the middle, got a catch. Short of the goal line, inside the 3 at about the 2. So a quick hitting play again. That was Bryson Barnes. We just mentioned him. The quick crossing play. Not a touchdown, though. It'll be 3rd down and goal. 3rd down and goal from about the 3-yard line. Cougars trying to make an early goal line stand here. Now Brenheisen brings off the line of scrimmage again, working from the right side. More of a tight formation this time. Looks on a sweep, hands it off, and a run into the end zone and a touchdown. So the Spartans on the board as they get the first touchdown of the ball game, like they did in Fort Wayne last year, by the way. It'll be a 3-yard touchdown run at the 11-10 mark. Not sure if that was Kendall Davis or Austin Schultz, but 3 yards, the touchdown run at the 11-10 mark. And MBU's got the lead on the number 1 ranked Cougars here at home. Right now, 6-0. Extra point now attempt coming up by Ethan Metzler. Metzler, the right-footed kick on the way, and it is good. 7-0 in favor of Missouri Baptist here at the home. They beat St. Ambrose. Right now, they lead the number 1 ranked Cougars 7-0. We'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Do you have a devotion to Our Lady Guadalupe? Travel with Redeemer Radio Odysseys to Mexico City and see firsthand the tilma of Juan Diego bearing the image of the Holy Virgin Mary. Register by February 28th to save $100 on your trip.
To find more information about our Mexico Odyssey, visit Redeemer Radio Odysseys on our website at redeemerradio.com or call me, Tina Schneider, at 260-436-2482.
So the Spartans strike first. They lead 7-0. And a reminder, H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial and industrial or residential, H&L can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Well, the Cougars penalty plagued in that opening drive by MBU. Now the Cougars will see if they can answer. Justin Green waits back and kick return inside the Cougar 5. Here comes the Spartan kick, a low line drive bounding ball. That'll filter through to the 22-yard line and a return right side up across the 30 to the 35-yard line. So St. Francis will go on offense first and 10. Casey Cole that time on the kick return for USF, one of the upbacks. And St. Francis will start moving from left and right. Umbrellas coming out again, a little bit of showers coming down briefly. And here comes Nick Ferrer. He has not thrown a touchdown pass his last 2 ball games. Still comes in with 2,216 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, just one interception on the year. MBU shows blitz up the middle. Now they drop off. Ferrer throws the fade right side. He's looking for Rixey. Up and knocked away. Good defense. Double coverage down at the MBU 30-yard line. And Rixey, that ball sailed a little bit on him. Good to see Dan Rixey back. Cougars still without Rocky James, as they're holding him out today, and they may hold him out next week as well. Suffered what was described as being a severe bone bruise. Second down and 10 with the ball at the Cougar 32-yard line. Green in the ball game, offset to the right side of Ferrer. Here's Nick looking, hands the ball off, and here's Green looking. He's going nowhere. Wrapped up for a loss. That's Christian Perez, who had 5 tackles, 2 sacks last week. And the blocking was just not there for Justin Green, a loss of about 4. So it'll be third down and long. The Cougars trying to get out to their 42-yard line. On third downs last week, they were just 4 of 12 against Siena Heights for 33%. They are still number 1 in the Mid-States Football Association and number 3 nationally as far as all NAIA football teams. Here's Ferrer looking to throw, and looking and not looking for the ball was Rixey. It bounded in the field behind him, so the Cougars go 3 and out, and this has been a most inauspicious start for St. Francis on both sides of the ball. So Neffer will come on to punt the ball away. Last Saturday night in Adrian, Michigan, had 5 punts, had a long of 40 yards. Well, the night averaged 32 yards. And one back and punt return for the Spartans at the 31. Neffer waits at the 15. Rush is coming, kick is away. Nice spiral hanging kick. Fair catch is called, and it's made up around the 33, 34-yard line. So it will be first and 10 for the Spartans, who lead at 7-0. They'll get their second possession of the ball game. This time Brandon Hudgens was back there in punt return. So we're waiting for the Spartan offense to come back on the field. We have 10-11 remaining in this opening quarter, this first quarter. Other games going on today, of course, a big one down up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, as Marion plays at Concordia. Marion 1-1 in the Mid-East League. Concordia's 2-1, so that has major playoff implications for both teams. Now Brenheisen pitches the ball left side, off tackle run, and there was Spencer Coward to deliver the ball to Kendall Davis. He will get a yard to about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 1, second down and 9. Spartans do not huddle up. Now Brenheisen goes under center with a bunch lined up to the near side. Here's a bubble screen, and that's low. And it's ruled, I believe, a fumble, a lateral. But it was jumped on by Kendall Davis. They do rule it a catch, but it's for a loss. So it's back to the 31-yard line, and that one had trouble written all over it. Isaiah King in wide to the near side. Wilmer Kroll comes up and press coverage on him. It is going to be third down and long. Brenheisen looks, screens the ball, big hit right about the line of scrimmage coming up. That was Lee Stewart, who delivered the ball on Dante Cox. Did make the catch. It'll bring up fourth down, and very quickly the Spartans go 3 and out. You get the sense that maybe the Cougar defense has got a little bit more blood in their eye after that opening series when they really shot themselves in the feet. Nate Carson back in punt return along with Sean Boswell. Let's see if it's Hatch in there. They've had a couple of different punters. Tyler Hatch, I believe, waits at his own 21-yard line. Had a long of 44 last week. Here's a good delivery to him, and the kick is away, wobbly ball. Boswell calls fair catch and gathers it in right at the Cougar 30-yard line. So St. Francis will bring the offensive unit back on for the second time today, trailing it here on the road 7-0 by Missouri Baptist. Other games going on. We mentioned that big game in Ann Arbor going on right now, Marion at Concordia. Taylor is hosting Lindenwood Belleville. We'll see the Lynx in Fort Wayne next Saturday. In the Midwestern League, it's St. Xavier and St. Ambrose matching up. Cougars will start a 2-game road trip beginning next Saturday afternoon at 12 noon at Darcy Stadium. Ferrer's got Boswell in motion, pitches the ball to him on the little shovel pass, turning the corner. Boswell tiptoes along the far sideline and got up somewhere around the 35. We'll see where he stepped out of bounds. Official out there may give him another yard up to about the 37, in fact. So a good job. That is ruled a pass. It's just a little flip pass that Ferrer standing up in the gun and in the motion. Offense just basically shovels that ball off to Sean Boswell. Second down and 3. They'll stay at the left side hash mark now. 2 wide to the right side. Ferrer wants to throw again. Looks right, throws like Rixey's got it, the 40, 45, and brings tacklers up to about the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for USF. And again, just like the defense the last series, now the offense a little bit more dialed in. Will Chrisman has come in. Had a chance to talk to Kevin Donnelly a little bit about Will Chrisman. Kind of a basketball convert turned to football. But at 6'5", and again, we've talked about it, they had a big catch, just one last week, but for 51 yards and set up a touchdown. Burr again takes the snap, looks to the left, throws the ball. There's a low grab. That is Chrisman, I believe, that had it. And a yard deep now after the catch into Missouri Baptist territory to the 49-yard line. Cougars just trying to take what the Missouri Baptist gives. Looking at some of the numbers coming in, the Spartans defending against the rush are giving up, well, they gave up only 85 yards last week to Concordia, despite the loss. They're giving up a 109. Here's Green darts through the middle. Play was designed to go off tackle left side, but he saw a hole. Now we've got an MBU player down briefly, but he's back on his feet. And Green scampers very close to a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Good job of recognition by Justin Green. Goes 5'10", 196. Still a junior, but he needs one more yard now on this 3rd down and basically less than a yard call, about a half a yard, to pick up the first down. Rixey splits wide to the right side. They'll hand to Green. Green looking, cuts it up, stop and go move, got that yard, and another one to the 40-yard line. And still pushing the pile, and finally the whistles blow. They let him play on there, and carry by Green down to the 39-yard line of Missouri Baptist. And we're seeing the drizzle emerge once again, and up go the umbrellas below us as well. We always laugh about the weather forecast. You look at the 5-day, the 10-day weather forecast. Weatherman said we'd have sunny skies here. Not so. Although, hopefully, sun will break through at some point. Shotgun formation, Ferrer once again. Drops the throw. Looks what's this coming. Throws the right side, and that's wide and high. He had to get rid of it quickly because the pressure was coming from the right side. Once again by Christian Perez. We mentioned his big ball game last week. As a team, the Spartans against Concordia on this field had 4 sacks, and they had 9 tackles for loss, and Christian Perez was one of the leaders, 5 tackles, 2 for loss, 2 sacks, and 1 quarterback hurry. Now for St. Francis, trailing at 7-0. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They spotted at the Spartan 39-yard line. Ferrer may be changing the play call at the line of scrimmage. We mentioned no play clock here. Here's for a quick slap pass is caught by Rixey and backpedals to about the 31. They're going to mark him down right there. He will be short of the first down stick by about 2 yards. Offensive line for the Cougars, they're averaging 280 a man. Tackle attacker Connor Holcomb at center. Quick hitting play. Here's Green dancing his way, looking for running room. He's not going to get there. He got maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Another yard, perhaps to the 31 or half a yard. It'll bring up 4th down. 4th down and 2. Ryan Sonata checks into the ball game. Boswell leaves. Rixey leaves. So the Cougars bring in their power offense. Austin Smoger and Jalen Gamble at guards. Nick Shoemaker and Alex Woods, the tackles for St. Francis. Starting today. Power offense now to give to Green, and he's stacked up. I don't think he got there. Only to the 30. He has to get to the 29. It'll be a 4th down stop by MBU. So they will take over the football. And they will have it at the Spartan 31-yard line. So the Cougars looked like they had something going, but on 4th down, they couldn't get the 1.5 yards on the Justin Green run. And now Tim Brenneisen, 6'3", 185-pound freshman quarterback, will come in to engineer the offense once again for the Spartans. Short drop, he looks right, loads up, throws, he's got a catch. That's up to the 34-yard line. Pearson Harnish came over. Dutton was there. It's going to be a pickup of 2. Dante Cox on the reception. Cox with 452 pass receiving yards coming in. That leads the Spartans on offense. Brenneisen out of the gun. Looks on screens the ball near side. And here's the catch. They got a block turning the corner. 35. They'll be short of the first down. Pearson Harnish came across. Blake Schumacher came up as well. Out of the backfield, Kendall Davis. That's his 13th catch of the year. And short of a first down by about a half a yard. At the 40, they've got to get to just short of the 41 on this snap of the football. Cougars with cover 2 defense. Though here's a play, and they throw, and the catch is made. That was Devin Michael Griffin. Quick slant pass was there. The sophomore 6'1" receiver who led him with 5 catches last week against Concordia. Here come the Spartans on the move again. They've got it at their own 47-yard line. They'll spread the offense 2 wide either side of the field now for Brenneisen. Looks to throw again. Looks now, throws the fade up. He's got a man downfield, and there's the ball caught. That was Isaiah King that took it away from the Cougar defense. Wilmer Cole and Lee Stewart over there, and here come the Spartans again trying to add to their 7-0 lead with still 4:01 remaining in the first quarter. Hurry up offense for the Spartans. They got it 1st and 10 at about the 17-yard line of St. Francis. Brenneisen throws the fade right side up there and threw it away. That time, good defense as Stan Jackson had the coverage out there, had the best shot at the ball. Miscommunication because the receiver out there, the right side, held up on the pattern. But the pass, it might have been a throwaway by Brenneisen, recognizing that St. Francis had that well covered. Dante Cox In splits wide to the right side. Up in the slot is Michael Griffin. 2 wide to the right. Ball's at the left side hash mark. It'll be second down and 10. Short drop. Screen. They've got Kendall Davis. Davis works to his left inside the 15. Down to about the 12-yard line. Harrison Harnish stayed with that play. They'll spot it inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 1 for MBU, trying to go up 14-0 on the number 1 ranked Cougars. Now they're going to make another change in the lineup. Austin Schultz will check back into the backfield. Kendall Davis stays in there as well. And Jake Simon now has checked in at quarterback. So Simon in there at quarterback, the second quarterback used. He drops the football, looks, and he's hammered. Back outside the 10, around the 15-yard line. Dutton got in there, but also James Jamison in there as well. So it'll be fourth down, and they'll now, I believe, try for the field goal to give them a 10-0 lead. Ethan Metzler, who was 1 for 2 in field goals. This one will be a 32-yard attempt from the left side hash mark. He's got the distance. Let's see if he's got the angle. Maybe he does not. He pulled it wide left. So the missed field goal leaves it a 7-0 ball game in favor of St. Francis with 2:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Tell you what, let's duck out quick for a 30-second timeout. 7-0 Spartans. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
It's back to work for the Cougar offense now. Gagner in motion to the left side. They'll give the green, works that way far side and cuts it out. Tripped up across the 25-yard line. And he will pick up about 6 yards. Sun is breaking through again now, so down go the umbrellas. As it's been one of those days so far, it rains and then it clears up, and it drizzles a little bit more, clears up again. That'll be a gain of about 8 yards for Justin Green. Chrisman in to the short side to the left. The lone wide there. Rixey comes in wide to the right. Second down in short, shotgun formation again. And here is a play-action fake. And a throw, that's Rixey's got it, 45, up to midfield and backpedals into Spartan territory down to about the 48-yard line. So Dan Rixey that time, as the key was Ferrer, had time in the pocket. Kind of pulled the ball down initially, then reloaded and fired a strike to Dan Rixey. Rixey comes in with 32 catches on the year, 470 receiving yards. Puts him in the top 10 of the Mid-States Football Association top receivers. Puts him in the top 10. Here's Ferrer. Now hands to Green. No, it's play. It did give to Green on a sweep coming left side. Trying to tiptoe along the Cougar sidelines down to about the 45. See where he did go out of bounds. They got a good spot. They're going to give him a gain to the 42-yard line, so that's a gain of about 6. Second down and 4 coming up with under 90 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Missouri Baptist on top here at home at 7-0 over the number 1 ranked Cougars. Rixey stays in wide to the right side. Boswell up in the slot near side as well. Ferrer out of the gun. Looks for that snap by Connor Holcomb. Has got it. Short drop, looks right. Looks for the look in, and there's a catch. Rixey turns the corner. He's inside the 30, pushed out of bounds. Did a little button hook after he caught that ball to the near side and gained an extra 5 or 6 yards all the way down to the 26-yard line. 27-yard line is where they spot it. Good for a first down, and here come the Cougars trying to get their first touchdown of the ball game. And Nick Ferrer, by the way, as we mentioned, having not thrown a touchdown pass in the last 2 ball games. Play action fake again. Looks over the middle. He's got a catch at the 15-yard line. That was Boswell. John Boswell, the 5'9 senior, with 41 catches coming in. 2 touchdown catches. So here come the Cougars now, knocking on the door inside the red zone. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a lot of sunshine coming through here at CBC Stadium. Chrisman wide to the left side at 6'5". He's got a 5-inch advantage on the cornerback over there. And now they drop off a little bit as a long count from line of scrimmage. Here's a pitch coming now. Green near side. Cuts back. Cuts to the 10, to the 5. And he will walk into the end zone. Nice job by Justin Green. Recognized the hole was not there to the right side, but found it up the middle. As he cuts back the middle of the field, he'll run it in from 15 yards out. With 9.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and the Cougars on the board and looking for a 7-7 tie. Some ways, a game very reminiscent of the one in Fort Wayne a year ago when MBU had 2 long scoring touchdowns with 2 possessions, 2 touches of the football, 2 snaps. Here's a low snap. Nepper got it up, and Gardner trying to convert it, and he did. We're in a 7-7 tie. Just seconds remaining in the quarter. We'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM Northeast, Indiana.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
Well, they promised game time temperature in the 70s, and now with the sun coming out, it may get up into the upper 70s here today in St. Louis. We're on the southwest side, but right now, sun abundant and no umbrellas. In fact, everybody discarding the jackets as well, and I think I'm getting ready to as well. Gardner will tee it up, kick it away again from the 35. Devin Michael Griffin, the deepest of kick returners, waits inside the 5 at about the 1. Checking back with a referee about something. Now here's a line drive kick, and that one goes over his head across the end line. So it'll be a touchback. It'll come back 1st and 10 for MBU at the Spartan 25-yard line. 7-7 tie here in St. Louis. Cougars back home, starting a 2-game road trip next Saturday. 12 noon, they'll kick it off against Lindenwood Belleville. And our pregame show at Darcy Stadium begins at 11:45 a.m. So let's see who the quarterback du jour is for the Spartans. They had Jake Simon in there briefly, and here's a little option run, and boy, nothing there. They're going to lose yardage back to the 21-yard line. Matt Swartz and Jamesic also got in there, and that's the end of the first quarter. So, 7-7 tie after 1 here in St. Louis, and we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM Northeast, Indiana.
Hey, it's Kyle from The Kyle Hyman Show, heard weekdays from 7 to 8 a.m. here on Redeemer Radio. And every morning we meet you where you are, getting out of bed, drinking your coffee, on your way to work, and through prayer, guests, personal stories, sometimes games, we bring you Catholicism with joy and fun to start your day. So don't miss The Kyle Hyman Show weekdays from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on Redeemer Radio.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Siokas Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Siokas does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Siokas. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com. 7-7 here in St. Louis between the number 1 ranked Cougars and the
Spartans of Missouri Baptist University. Tim Reisert back in there, the freshman quarterback at 6'3", works from the left side hash mark. It'll be 2nd down and 13 after the loss. Wants to throw, left side, he's got a catch. There's a run after the catch. That was Kendall Davis, leaked out of the backfield. Made that catch. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. With the Spartans trying to reach their own 35-yard line on this snap. Early moments of the second quarter, 7-7 here in St. Louis. Running back offset to the right side. And Brenheisen out of the gun. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Looks and rolls to his right side, buying time. Wants to throw long. Instead throws short. The ball is dropped, though. That was Bryson Barnes. Ran to the under area. Good coverage that time by St. Francis. Pearson Harnish came across. Had some help as well defensively as Vito Tupea also converged on the ball carrier. So it'll be 3 and out. Spartans will have to kick the ball away. Tyler Hatch will come in to punt the ball away, waiting back at his own 15-yard line. Boswell and Carson wait the punt at the USF 35-yard line. Now a late shift at the line of scrimmage offensively, but it looks like Hatch still in there to punt. Comes the snap, kick is away. Nice sailing kick, driving back. Carson's got it at the 21. Straight ahead, 25-30. Back pedals across the 35. So a good job is Carson trying to protect the body, backpedaled his way. And good field starting position for St. Francis with this drive from the St. Francis 35-yard line, moving from right to left. Cougars, some of their numbers coming in, averaging 46 points a ball game. That is number 1 among all Mid-States Football Association teams, number 9 nationally among the rest of the NAIA. Missouri Baptist, although they had the touchdown today, averaging just 19.4 a game. 1st and 10. Ferrer comes up to the line of scrimmage. Might be changing the play call. Just one safety back. As Ferrer looks right, delivers the ball, and there's a dive for the ball, but that one short hopped in there, incomplete. It was intended for Rixey again off to the right side. Looking at the numbers of that first quarter, Ferrer was 7 of 10 through the air for 80 yards. Brenheisen 8 of 11 for 94 yards. Kendall Davis with 5 carries, 25 yards, and the touchdown for MBU. Green had 8 carries for 34 yards net. 2nd down and 10. Ferrer looks again. And the read option hands it off, and there's Justin Green, who works in the middle of the field across the 45, and he scampers his way up just short of midfield across the USF 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Rixey stays in wide to the right. Chrisman wide to the left with Boswell in the slot. But again, they'll run Green, and he's in the second level. 40, 35, 30-foot race. Straight arms one inside the 15 and tumbles forward down to about the 11-yard line. Justin Green with his best run of the day. Green with a 15-yard touchdown run, and for a moment there, looked like he might have his second. Comes in with 96 points, number 1 among scorers in the Mid-States Football Association. Quick offense. Here is Chrisman looking for the ball. He's got it for a touchdown in the end zone. Good for 19 yards, they say officially, at the 13:46 mark. So Chrisman, we talked about at 6'5", he just went up and got it. As Ferrer just put it up into the corner of the end zone, said, hey, big fella, go get it, and he did. So the Cougars take their first lead of the day. A lot of Cougar fans have made the trip over from Indiana today. Gardner getting ready to attempt the extra point. Nepper with the hold. Kick is long enough on the way and good. 14-7 St. Francis on top here. 13:46 remains until intermission. We will be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Do you have a devotion to Lady Guadalupe? Travel with Redeemer Radio Odysseys to Mexico City and see firsthand the tilma of Juan Diego bearing the image of the Holy Virgin Mary. Register by February 28th to save $100 on your trip.
To find more information about our Mexico Odyssey, visit Redeemer Radio Odysseys on our website at redeemerradio.com or call me, Tina Schneider, at 260-436-2482.
Back in St. Louis, I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us today for Cougar Football on the Road. Again, we apologize maybe for the little technical glitches. Sometimes you experience that on the road, and sometimes you have to go to Plan B and Plan C. But St. Francis has got the lead, and we're glad we're here to bring that to you. 14-7 now. And Gardner knocking through the extra point. And they'll kick away from right to left. Devin Michael Green back deep. Here's a tailing ball to the right side, the returnable at the 2. Michael Green across the 10, 15, 20. And he's to the second level, 40, 45. One man to beat as he's across midfield into Cougar territory. All the way down inside the 40-yard line. Let's see where they will mark that football. That is a very, very good return. 65-yard kickoff return. They'll mark it at the USF 38-yard line. So MBU with great field position now, but playing from behind here at home at 14-7. Bunch lineup to the right, tandem lineup of 4 receivers. Empty backfield now. And here's a screen coming near side, and they're going to try the double screen right back. Left side of the next completed pass. And to the 20-yard line, down the left sideline. So they're pulling out all the stops. And out of bounds inside the Cougar 5 at the 3. That was Dante Cox out of the Wildcat. It was very close to a forward pass. But then it was a double pass right back to Cox, and he scrambles all the way down to the Cougar 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Well, they have shown some creativity today. Oh, now they call it a touchdown. They marked it initially at the 3, but it is a touchdown. So that's a 38-yard touchdown, and now the extra point to tie the game. On the way by Metzler, and it is good. And we've got a new game. So it's 14-14 with a timeout, and we'll be back to St. Louis. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Well, it was a strange formation to say the least. Empty backfield, but 4 wide in tandem. To the right side, Wildcat formation with Dante Cox, normally just a pass receiver, took the snap and basically a sideline pass, a lateral, if you will, and they double passed the ball back to him, and he ran down the left sideline, good for 38 yards, and they finally determined into the end zone for a touchdown. New game, and here comes the kickoff now by the Spartans. And again, we said reminiscent of last year's game in Fort Wayne. Now the return, right side. And good running room across the 35, 40, 45 midfield, and finally stepping out of bounds. Whistles have blown. Tell you what, they couldn't hear the Kominkevich with the return, and it's a good one for St. Francis. So Matt will have it. And where are they going to spot this football? Where did he step out of bounds? Right around midfield. And they'll put it down squarely at the 50-yard line. But it has turned into a wild ball game here. By the way, Ferrer with that touchdown pass most recently breaks the 2-game drought. Now he's got excellent field position to work with, but trying to take the lead. High snap. Ferrer dancing. Looks over the middle. He's got Duke Blackwell for a touchdown. Blackwell got behind the defense. A great job by Ferrer. Looking, checking off, and finding Blackwell downfield. And Duke Blackwell with 12 catches, his 13th on the year, and his 4th receiving touchdown. Good for 50 yards. And a one-play touchdown following the kickoff. And the Cougars are back in the lead in this seesaw affair here in St. Louis. So Ferrer, and now the extra point attempt coming up. Gavin Gardner trying to give St. Francis a lead of 7. Right-footed kick is on the way. Looks good and is good. So timeout here at CBC Stadium, 21-14. St. Francis on top. This is Cougar football on the road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hello, sports fans. This is Father Bob Garrow, chaplain at Bishop DeWanger High School. It is time to get geared up for our fall sports season. Whether competing on the soccer field, golf, or cross-country course, volleyball court, or on the gridiron, we wish good luck and great sportsmanship to all our student athletes and their teams. May we become the saints we are called to be. Saint Sebastian, pray for us.
Well, we've had 2 touchdowns in the span of about 22 seconds. Had the 38-yard double pass touchdown to Dante Cox. And at the 12:56 mark, the Cougars strike long and deep. Ferrer to Duke Blackwell. And Nick Ferrer now with 2 touchdown passes on the day. And Blackwell with that touchdown catch, that is his 4th of the season. Starting to look a lot like arena football. Here's a pooch kick far side. Third catch is called. That is made at the 32, and he is taken. So it'll be decent field position, but again, St. Francis taking no chances with those long returns. They'll force MBU to do it themselves on the ground or through the air. And to take a little closer look at some of the other numbers from that first quarter, but boy, tell you what, those things are changing in a hurry with the offensive outpouring by both teams we've seen here in this second quarter already. There's still 12:55 remaining until intermission. Brenheisen read option on the, tries to hand it off on a sweep for Kendall Davis. That's going nowhere. Cougars had 4 players in there, including Denton. Eric Hemmelgarn also broke through there with Jamesic. And it's going to be a big loss of about 4 yards. Let's call it second down and 14. They'll mark it at the left side hash mark. And here is read option and the throw over the middle, and that's a catch for a first down. Cougars were dropping back and pass it to Brandon Hudgens. Hudgens, a 5'8" senior. Just ran to a spot before the safeties were there. And Brenheisen on the money, improving field position now for MBU at their own 48-yard line. Hurry up offense once again for the Spartans now. Brenheisen takes the snap, looks left, throws the fade downfield. That's too far. Incomplete. Looking for Isaiah King, who had 2 touchdown catches last year against St. Francis in Fort Wayne. Now it'll be second down and 10. MBU does not huddle up. Now they're going to bring Austin Schultz back in. So Dante Cox remains in there, but Brenheisen in there at quarterback as well. Hudgens moves wide right into the slot. And Dante Cox split wide of him. So Kendall Davis and Austin Schultz are the 2 protectors in either side of Tim Brenheisen. As he gives ground and wants to throw, being pursued. A little square out pass, no chance on that one as it bounds into the ground. Brandon Hudgens with the intended receiver. Spencer Coward came over, along with Blake Schumacher. And now we'll bring up third down and 10. Last week on third down situations against Concordia on this field, Spartans were 3 of 14 only. And they would have to reach the 42 of St. Francis. Right now we're going to have a timeout called on the field Spartans will take a timeout. 12:01 remains until intermission. 21-14 St. Francis in a dogfight here on the road. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM Northeast Indiana.
Stay connected with Redeemer Radio. On the new Redeemer Radio smartphone app, you can sign up for notifications to stay informed with the latest news and programming updates. You can receive alerts for our special broadcasts, The Kyle Hyman Show, Redeemer Reflections, Odyssey Pilgrimage information, and more. Download the free Redeemer Radio app on your smartphone or tablet by searching Redeemer Radio in your Google Play or App Store. Brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Back in St. Louis, I'm Joe Parson. A reminder, the St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana, offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is the former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. Visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to schedule your next meeting or retreat. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Spartans. They work from the left side hash mark once again, trying to reach the Cougar 42. Motion near side. That's Davis. Screens the ball back near side, and they won't get it. They'll get only to the USF 49. Needed to reach the 42. So 7 yards short, and they'll bring in the punt team with Tyler Hatch once again to kick the ball away. Cougars trailed early 7-0. They tied up on a 15-yard touchdown run by Justin Green. Then Ferrer to Chrisman, throwing the fade in the left corner, good for 19 yards and a touchdown. St. Francis by 7. We're tied at 14 all on that double pass play. But a 50-yard touchdown toss Ferrer to Duke Blackwell, give him the lead again, and nearly a block that time. Stan Jackson was coming hard. And the fair catch is made by Boswell at about the USF 16. So Ferrer will bring the offensive unit back out, trying to extend this 21-14 lead for St. Francis here on the road. Cougars, as we mentioned, begin the 2-game homestand next Saturday. They host Lindenwood Belleville. And it'll be high noon at Darcy Stadium with a kickoff. If you can't be there, we'll look to have you join us. And Sean McBride will be back with us with our pregame show getting underway at 11:45 a.m. Ferrer out of the pistol now. Looks to Green. No, play action fake. Throws the ball, and he's got Boswell in the slot. Across the 35 to the 36-yard line goes Sean Boswell. Little play action fake by Nick Ferrer, and on the money with that lacer strike to Sean Boswell, who has remained one of the most reliable pass catchers, really, when you go back in history. Not all that big, just 5'9", and he's played so very, very well, especially in Indianapolis against Marion. 1st and 10, improving field position for St. Francis. Up 7. Gegner in up on the wing, comes in motion now, and then got the wrong number in there. We'll check that for you momentarily. But here is Ferrer looking, throws to the right side, and a comeback is a square-out pattern run, but Rixey was a little bit too downfield, and Ferrer could not find him. Cougars had Casey Call in there for one snap. Chrisman comes back in. He'll be joined by Boswell. They're the two wideouts to the near side. Rixey wide to the right. 2nd down and 10. Corner's not really up in press coverage right now. And here's Ferrer taking a look. Long count from the line of scrimmage now. Looking to hand the ball up the middle, and there's Green, steps out of a tackle. Tripped up, though, at the 45. Needed to get to the 46. He did that and picks up a 1st down. They'll mark him just short of the 48. So good job by Justin Green picking his way through the middle. Clock will run again inside of 10.5 minutes time remaining. Spartans, and they had too many men on the field, but I don't see a penalty flag. Here's Green again. Cuts to the left side at the 40, steps out of bounds. Boy, the officials missed one there. Quick hitting play by USF trying to trip up the Spartans, and they were making a substitution change, and they had too many men on the field. Got away with that one. Or did they? There's a penalty flag apparently right at the 43-yard line of Missouri Baptist, but not sure which way this was going. Personal foul against St. Francis. It goes on Austin Smoger. So it'll still be first down, but it will walk the Cougars back across the 50-yard line back into Cougar territory. And that will move the ball all the way back to the, right now the official stopping at the 41-yard line. So it will still be first down. And looks to be about, let's say, 1st and 17. We have not seen it put on the board yet. With the ball at the USF 41-yard line. Same series. Boswell and Chrisman wide to the left side, Rixey to the right. Blitz coming from the defensive left outside. And here is a run that way, not much there. That looked like Ryan Sonata in there, and he pushes the pile and escaped briefly. Now another penalty flag comes in. And I believe that's going against St. Francis as well. Generally, when you have those scrum plays where they just gang up and the offensive line is trying to help out the running back, and might be a block in the back. Well, we'll see. Referee today, Brian Harris, will let us know again. Ferrer with hands on hips. Face mask against Missouri Baptist. So we saw it wrong. Connor Bumstead draws the face mask penalty. So it's a walk-off the other way, and that's a major one against the Spartans. That'll take the ball down to the Spartan 36-yard line. 1st and 10 USF, leading at 21-14. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. A lot of yardage in this game so far. A lot of points on the board already. 21-14. And Missouri Baptist on homecoming, they have done their level best to make this exciting. Motion, here's a flip pass again. Boswell with a blocker in front and splits the defenders, works down to the 25-yard line. Chris Smith in there to serve as a lead blocker. Alex Woods also leading the way. And they've got another first down. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line of MBU. Cougars with Connor Holcomb, Jalen Gamble, Austin Smoger, Nick Shoemaker, and Alex Woods, the front line offensively. Now from the left side, hash mark. Sonata is in as the running back, offset to the right side of Ferrer. Blitz being shown, defensive right side. Read option. There's Sonata, tries the right side. Got inside the 25, tripped up, got another yard to the 24. Dontrell Johnson credited with the stop. Johnson led the Spartans last week against Concordia with 7 tackles, had a sack and a half a tackle for loss. Clock will probably run inside 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half before this snap. Andreas Gomez-Espino is wide in, now to the right side. Nate Carson in wide left. Here is Ferrer, looks and throws to a spot. He's got a catch, and then the ball is picked up after a fumble, and a run left side to 50-yard line, and they are going to have a touchdown. If it stands up, that'll be a fumble return for a tying touchdown. At the 8:09 mark, that'll be about 80 yards. I believe that was Cody Johnson that picked up that fumble. We're going to call it 80 yards right now at the 8:09 mark, and it does stand up. And MBU is hanging in there. Well, the Cougars had the play on, as Andreas Gomez-Espino had the catch, but then he coughed it up and returned 80 yards. Now play action fake, short of the end zone and knocked away. Good defensive play by Blake Schumacher, stayed with it, and that'll keep it. It's 21-20, St. Francis lead. As the MBU showing a lot of trickery here today. They were trying to grab the lead, but the try for two failed, and the Cougars still up by 1 here on the road. We'll be back. Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Started drinking beer on Saturday nights, sleeping in on Sunday mornings, missing Mass, and then it just became a pattern and continued. Without God, I don't know where I'd be right now. I feel like I'm whole again. I know the importance of the Eucharist. I know the importance of the sacraments that I didn't know at a young age. I follow God's will because my desire is to get to heaven. Our lives are rich and full by being members of the church.
If you've been away from the Catholic Church, visit CatholicsComeHome.org.
Well, back in St. Louis, I'm Joe Parson, and this game has not lacked for excitement and points on the board. Already 41 combined points here in the first half. St. Francis holding on to a 1-point lead at 21-20. Now you got to expect, well, would they go onside? Because, again, MBU with nothing to lose. Here's a pooch kick near side. Fair catch is called. That's made at the 41. So St. Francis will have very good field position that time as Jack Gibbons on the special team making that fair catch. So that'll give Ferrer very good field position at the St. Francis 41-yard line. And the Cougars will go back to work offensively now. .809 remains here in the first half. Well, Gibbons caught that ball at the 41. They move it back to the 40-yard line, and you wonder about the spots. Spartans were short a man coming onto the field right now as Ferrer takes the snap, looks near side, throws the Chrisman up. Could only get a left hand on it. That was tough pass to handle. Two of the Spartans were converging, and Chrisman bent over quickly. He took a shot around chest high. He'll check out of the ball game. Looks like he's going to be okay. Just had his bell rung a little bit. So Rixey comes in. He will go wide to the right side with Blackwell, who caught the touchdown catch most recently for St. Francis. And they've got one wide to the left side as they'll run Green. Green starts up the middle, cuts left, turns the corner. Short of the first down, he's bumped out of bounds here on the near side around the 47-yard line. So a 3rd down and 3 call coming up for the Cougars. Trying to reach midfield on this snap. Pretty strong wind, they told us 15 degrees, 50 miles an hour, I should say, out of the south. Right in the face of the Cougars, moving it from right to left as we look at it. Blackwell now in tandem. And here's Carson, I should say, over the middle. The catch is made. Boswell, did he get to the spot? Let's see, the catch is made. That was Nate Carson, by the way, not Boswell. And we'll wait. They are short by about a half a yard. Reese Loney's now come in on the offensive line. Cougars hurry up to the offensive line now with 7:05 remaining. It'll be 4th and 1, less than the yard. And St. Francis will take a timeout to talk about it. No, it was the Spartans, I believe, that called the timeout. So 21-20, St. Francis with 4th down coming up when we return to St. Louis. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Do you know that your car is worth more than the no thank you just got from a dealer? Turn nothing into something powerful by donating that vehicle to Redeemer Radio. All you need is the title and we'll take care of the rest. It's swift, safe, and simple, and you may qualify for a tax deduction. To learn how to donate your vehicle and help fuel Catholic programming on Redeemer Radio, go to RedeemerRadio.com and click on Donate My Car or call 1-866-628-CARS.
So the Spartans taking that timeout. They've got one left. Cougars have got all 3 of theirs remaining with 7:04 remaining here in the half. St. Francis with the ball, needing a yard, less than a yard. leading it by 1 point, 21-20. Power offense is in. Everybody in tight now. Ferrer in the middle of a trio of running backs. They'll give to Green. Green off tackle, and he's got the first down as he angles to his right. Following the block up front by Smolder and Shoemaker, and brings it to the Missouri Baptist 47-yard line is where they put it down. 1st and 10. St. Francis now into Spartan territory. Nate Carson stays in wide to the left side. Casey Calls in there up in the slot, actually on the wing to the right side. On 1st and 10, Green, the running back, offset to the right, read option. Here's a quick throw. Rixey's got it. They wrap up on him. He got to the 41. So Rixey on the catch, good for about 6. Yeah, let's call it a gain of 5. And 2nd and 5 coming up for St. Francis. Cougars trying to manage the clock now with just over 6 minutes remaining, up by 1 point. Call stays in up on the wing to the right. Carson also wide left. Boswell in the slot near side as well. And here's the read option again. The give is to Green. Green tests between the guard and tackle off to the right side. Nick Shoemaker helps them up. And that'll be a gain down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Cougars trying to reach the 37 on this snap. And Kevin Dowley might well feel he's in 4-down yardage area with his team leading by 1. Ferrer looks again on the read option, and Green off tackle to the right and drags tacklers inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. Justin Green running hard again here today. Green came in with 170 carries. Number 2 in the Mid-States Football Association, just under 900 yards rushing. But also with the league lead in points scored. And he scored 1 touchdown already here today. 1st and 10, USF works from the right side hash mark. Sonata now in as the running back, offset to the left side. Ferrer drops, looks left, throws left. Wide open catch. That Nate Carson to the house. Unguarded. An easy touchdown pitch and catch throw. 27 yards on the touchdown throw. And the Cougars on the board again with the scoring strike. Nick Ferrer, his 3rd touchdown toss here of the first half. And the Cougars expand out to a 27-20 lead at the 4:49 mark. There will not ever be an easier catch and a run than Nate Carson had right there, as he was unguarded, and Ferrer noticed it. Now Gardner on with the extra point. Kick is on the way. Looks good and is good. 28-20. Cougars with their biggest lead of the day. And a timeout here down below in St. Louis. We'll be back. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
Cougars now on up by 8 points, their biggest lead of the day. They trailed early 7-0 and then 14-7. But it's been some trickery and some just exciting plays executed by Missouri Baptist and kept it in it so far here today in this first half. Once again, Devin Michael Griffin back in kick return. Moving up now. Doesn't expect the kick to go that long, and back pedals inside the 5. He's got it up to 4. Works the 10, 15, 20. Up the middle and cuts across the 40-yard line to the 41.
Devin Griffin on the return for MBU.
So the Cougars will give up good field position to Missouri Baptist once again. They'll have it. They're going to move that ball spotted at the 41-yard line. So Tim Brenneisen, the young freshman quarterback at 6'3", comes back on the field. And he will have an empty backfield with 3 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Cougars with 2 safeties back now. Brenneisen at the 35, looks for a quick throw, pulls it down, throws now, and has a catch at the 43. We thought twice about that one. Quickly throwing to the right and completing it to Dominic Demarath. Just a net gain of 1. But when a quarterback stares down a receiver and double pumps, they were fortunate that one didn't get intercepted. Colm comes up. Wilmer Cole's got the coverage near side at his quarterback position. Shotgun formation now. Blitz is being showed by St. Francis up the middle. Read option. They'll give it. There's a curl play. Kendall Davis curls across the 45 to about the 46. Jamesich on the tackle. And 3rd down and 5 coming up for Missouri Baptist. First quarter of Missouri Baptist was 3 of 5 on 3rd down opportunities. They've got to reach the Cougar 49 on this snap. Brenneisen again with a running back off the left, throws, ball into the slot, got a catch for the first down. That's Devin Michael Griffin at the USF 45 and turns and picks up another couple of yards to the 43-yard line. So they needed 5, they got 9. Hurry up offense again. Brenneisen looks. And it gives it up the middle. That's Kendall Davis trying to scooch down there. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, a sophomore. And maybe no gain. Maybe, well, they will give him a yard. So 2nd down and 9 with just over 3 minutes now remaining in the first half. Dante Cox, they're going to flip-flop him with Michael Griffin. Cox comes in the slot to the right side. Demarath stays in there. Wide to the near side as well. 2 wide either side of the field. Spencer Coward shows blitz, comes hard. Roll to the right. That's Brenneisen looking. Throws the fade to the corner. Nobody home. Just got rid of that one. Well, you could say it was in the direction of Dante Cox, but he was not within 20 yards of that ball when it landed. So 3rd down and 9 coming up again with Mo Bapp trying to reach the Cougar 33-yard line. Blake Schumacher stays in. He's played very well here in the first half. One of the 2 safeties back with Lee Stewart the other. 3rd down and 9. They'll work from the right side hash mark. Brenneisen has got a wing back off the left side. Comes in motion now to the short side. And they look, and it's going to be a double pass. And there is Schultz, and he's given ground, and that was a mistake. As Spencer Coward lined him up and nailed him back around the 50-yard line for a big loss, so it'll bring up 4th down and much, much longer. Schultz looked like he wanted to throw the ball. Instead pulled it down, then tried to scramble, but giving ground all the while, and that was not a wise decision. As Hatch will come in now to punt the ball away from the Spartans' 35-yard line. 2 punt returners back once again, including Boswell. Nate Carson. Here comes the kick away. Nice wobbly ball. And Boswell calls fair catch and has got it at the 7. So USF goes back on offense. We're at the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes until intermission. 28-20, St. Francis by 8 and with the ball again. And will they be able to execute their 2-minute drill and add to that 8-point lead? We'll find out here momentarily. Well, during the break, we'll see if we can get an update from Ann Arbor on that other all-important ball game going on between Marion playing in Ann Arbor against Concordia University. The loser of that ball game may well be out of the playoffs. Marion came in as far as the Mid-East League at 2-1. Or check it, they were 1-1. Concordia was 2-1. And here is Ferrer wants to throw. Double pumps, throws to a spot, nearly intercepted. That was in and out of the hands of one of the linebackers back there. Wow, that one was close to being a disaster. Nick was dancing a bit back there. Wanted to throw on first down with the ball officially at the 8, but incomplete, and it will be now second down and 10. Rixey comes back in wide right. Chrisman back in, and he is sent wide to the left. Sonata is in as the running back. Cougars trying to get a little breathing room now. And here is Ferrer dropping to throw again. Looks, dances, throws to a spot, diving for it. And will it be rolled a catch? Rixey holds the ball. The official agrees. Boy, Rixey, I tell you what, coming back to help out his quarterback, had to go with a full headlong dive and kept that ball off the turf. That is quite a play by Dan Rixey. Remember, no Rocky James again. Pump fake, now a throw in the screen. Bubble screen right side. And Codling, I believe, on the receiving end of that, brings it across the 25 up to about the 26. Now it's Dylan Hunley in there now. So Kevin Donnelly going deep into the bench here today in the first half. Clock is moving. Cougars still with all 3 timeouts remaining. They may have to take one now, as we've got a shoelace problem for one of the Cougars. I believe it's Boswell. So the clock will stop with 1:25. This may not be a charge timeout, though. We'll find out momentarily. Brian Harris walking over, our referee. I believe they still ran the clock after that catch. And they're going to put time back on. It'll be 1:40 on the clock as St. Francis leads at 28-20. That was a gain of 5, so it's second down and 5 for St. Francis. Chrisman and Blackwell, they are sent wide to the left side. Blackwell with a touchdown catch. Ferrer looks this way in the other area. Blackwell can handle it on his fingertips. He tried to turn and run before he had the ball secured, and now it's third down and 5, with St. Francis trying to get out to the 32 on this snap. Still 95 seconds remaining until the intermission. Same set. Rixey sent wide to the right side. Spread offense, actually, 2 wide either side. And Snyder stays in as the protector. Now here's Ferrer looking, checks off, flush to his right, throws the ball. There's a catch, but out of bounds. It's only be a net gain of about 1 yard by Codling. He was off balance, got a hand on the ball. It'll be 4th down and 3 coming up, and the Cougars, after that deep punt, will have to bring Nepper in to punt it away with exactly 90 seconds remaining now until intermission. Brandon Hudgens back in punt return, waits inside the Spartan 35. And Nepper at the Cougar 16. Rush is coming, got the kick away. Nice hanging kick. Hudgens calls fair catch and has got it at his own 34-yard line. So the Spartans will have what may well be the last possession of this first half. They trail here at home by 8 points against the number 1 ranked St. Francis Cougars. 28-20 our score. And we have seen a lot of creativity today by the Spartans offensively. Tim Brenheisen has taken the bulk of the snaps at quarterback, 6'3" freshman quarterback. But they've used 3 quarterbacks, in fact, today, already in the first half at times. Brenheisen looks read option, hands it off, and that's not going anywhere. Gave that off to Kendall Davis, and he tried to run to the left, but Pearson Harnish credited with the stop. Had some help, though, by Dutton. Second down and 10. Clock is running. Just over a minute remains. Here's Brenheisen. Throws in the middle. That one is about. It's intercepted on the deflection. Howard's got it. Spencer's a 30. 25 down the left sideline. Still on his feet inside the 15. Down all the way to the 12. And the Cougars, with 54 seconds remaining, had the deflected ball intercepted by Spencer Coward. And a chance to add to their 8-point lead. That ball was contested, batted in the air. And Spencer Coward was able to gather it in and return it down. And they're going to mark it at the Missouri Baptist 13-yard line. So the Cougars trying to cash in late. They won the toss. Deferred. St. Francis will get the ball to start the second half, leading it now by 8. Nate Carson in motion, left to right, now lines up in tandem. Here's Ferrer, looks back to the left side, dances, throws the quick slant. He's got Chrisman looking for the goal line, dives, and a touchdown. Second, I said Chrisman, I'm sorry. It was Casey Conley. Casey Call, I'll get it right. Casey Call, a freshman, 6-foot receiver. They were hanging onto his shirt sleeve, but he got inside the 5 and reached as far as he could. And he will have a 13-yard touchdown at the 46-second mark. So Ferrer dialing up with his 4th touchdown already of this first half. Gardner on with the extra point attempt. Looks good again and is good again. Add 7 to the Cougar total. And they're up at 35-20 now. And we'll step out for this 30-second timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
The DeHaze Group is a locally owned, full-service insurance agency that has been servicing clients in Northeast Indiana since 1982. We have proven strategies that link our clients to exclusive insurance programs. Kevin Burns is a proud supporter of sports on Redeemer Radio. Call him at 260-424-5600 for all your insurance needs. The DeHaze Group, exceeding expectations beyond insurance.
Well, it looked like we may go into halftime in an 8-point lead for St. Francis, but that football can take a strange bounce. Pass attempted by Brenheisen was contested, and it popped in the air, and there was Spencer Coward that gathered in from outside the 30, took it down to the 13-yard line. And one play later, a touchdown pass, Ferrer to Casey Call it was, who stretched and leaned toward broke the plane of the goal. A pooch kick now coming right side. That's fielded at the 25. Return middle of the field now, across the 30, 31. Up across the 35 to the 37-yard line. One of the up people that time, that was Walter Rutledge on the return. And the Spartans now, let's see if they try to air it out in the final 40 seconds of this first half, trailing by 15 points now here at home. Well, what is it about these games between the Cougars and Missouri Baptist, at least at the start? And they are just a piece of work. Spartans led in Fort Wayne early on, 2 snaps, 2 touchdowns, long touchdown passes, 14-7. Then the Cougars rolled. Now the Cougars show blitz defensive left side. They'll run the ball at the middle. And boy, Himmelgarn ends that in a hurry. Wow, Kendall Davis, who goes 180 maybe. Himmelgarn goes 320, and he met him in the pass. And St. Francis now is going to take a timeout. They had 3 remaining. So that'll stop the clock with 34.5 seconds remaining. I'll tell you what, we'll keep things right here. And we'll tell you about those other games going on. As we mentioned, the one that everybody is really in the Mid-States, at least in the MSFA Mid-East League, will be watching today. Marion on the road at Concordia in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Marion as far as the Mid-East League, and as you understand, it's who wins the Mid-East League that gets the automatic bid to the tournament. But Marion just at 1-1 after the loss to St. Francis. Concordia at 2-1, and yes, a loss to St. Francis. But the loser in that ball game is maybe odd man out. Other games, Taylor hosting Lindenwood Belleville. We'll see the Lynx at St. Francis next Saturday afternoon. Important game also over on the other side of the Midwest League, St. Xavier, and they are home today to St. Ambrose. Cougar defense now coming out once again. It will be second down after the loss of 3. Second down and 13. Brenheisen out of the shotgun formation again. 2 wide to the right. Motion now left to right behind the line of scrimmage. And the read option, they'll hand that ball. And there is, again, nothing doing that time. Marcus Stepp, he slanted in from his left linebacker position, and it was a loss. Kendall Davis has got to be wondering what's going on. Nobody's blocking for me. Another loss. This time back inside the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and even longer. Cougars take their second timeout. They have one remaining. Both teams will have one remaining. 35-20 is our score. And I'll tell you what, let's take a 30-second break as well. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
This is David X with Union Savings Bank Mortgage Department. So happy to support Bishop Lures and Bishop Dwenger student athletes who work so hard to be the best they can be. I'm here to support you too as you look for mortgage lending. If you need a home loan, pick up the phone and call me, 418-6191 anytime for low closing costs and great rates. 418-6191. I offer what you want, low closing costs and great rates. Call 418-6191. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, back in St. Louis, the umbrellas are coming out again, but no, it's not because of rain. We've got abundant sunshine right now, and some of them a little bit too much sun for some of the fans here at CBC Stadium. 35-20, 28.4 seconds remains until intermission. Stan Jackson checks in. Cornerback on the near side. Wilmer Cole now flip-flops to the right side as well, the other cornerback slot. Brenheisen out of the gun, third down and 15. There was motion at the line of scrimmage, free play. Near side throw downfield. That one is Jackson defends, knocked it away from Dante Cox. But there might have been a free play. Thought it was Hemmelgarn that might have jumped, but we'll see if he was drawn across. Brian Harris, our referee, checking with a couple of the officials. It is against St. Francis. And I beg your pardon, it was not on Hemmelgarn. It was on James Jamesich. Jumped the gun a little bit. It'll still be third down and long, 3rd and 10. Penalty will move the ball up. Well, they've got 22 seconds, or they will have on the clock shortly. So it will be third down and 10. Cougars shifting defensively. Schumacher and Stewart are in cover 2. And Brenheisen out of the shotgun formation again. He's got motion near side. Shovel passes up the middle, but that one is well defended by St. Francis. He is only to the 40 for a couple of yards. And the clock runs. They may put more time on the clock again. I believe the Cougars. It'll be 4th down and about 8. Clock shows 13 seconds, and now Brian Harris is in there, and he's in the face of one of the Spartan players. Yeah, Cougars did take their final timeout. We'll stay right here. And we will remind everybody, Bishop Lures High School, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. You can catch the Lure Spirit at www.bishoplures.org. So the Cougars, with 16 seconds remaining now, they put a little additional time back on the clock. And you never know. Cougars will have it, well, I should say a punt is coming up by Tyler Hatch. John Boswell drops back with Nate Carson in punt return formation. Back around the USF 20-yard line. 16 seconds remain until halftime. And what a first half it has been. We've seen a little bit of everything. Hatch waits for the snap back at his own 26-yard line. He's got bright orange shoes. That nearly blocked up the middle. Nice hanging punt, fair catch called by Boswell. He's got it at the 15. Takes the clock down to 10 seconds. And odds are that Ferrer will just take a knee. It'll be 1st and 10, St. Francis at the 17-yard line. And this may be a very quick 10 seconds here until intermission. St. Francis on top by 15 points. Well, Chrisman does come out at 6'5". And we'll see if Yeah, it's going to be just the victory formation. They'll take a kneel down, and go to the dressing room here at halftime. That's exactly what happens. Clock runs, and that'll be the final snap of this first half. Up and down first half for St. Francis Missouri Baptist. You know, they come in with just 2 wins on the year, and I'll tell you what, they have given the Cougars everything they could handle here in this first 30 minutes. 35-20, though, at halftime, St. Francis with their biggest lead of the day, up by 15 points. Cougars will have Justin Green coming out in kick return formation. Green comes in at 11 kickoff returns on the year, coming in averaging 24.1. That's among the leaders in the Mid-States Football Association. Metzler will tee it up, kick it away with the wind behind him, and left to right. Wind kicking up once again, the American flag straight out. Kick coming near side. Green lets that one go, and across the goal line, across the end line, it'll come out 1st and 10, St. Francis at the 25-yard line. So we'll see what Nick Ferrer and company have got in store now. Ferrer with 121 touchdown passes in a career. That is the all-time conference record. So he's kind of on pause for a couple of weeks with some inclement weather and some tough conditions. But back at it today with 4 touchdown passes already in this first half. Connor Holcomb brings him up the line of scrimmage, ready to snap that ball. And Ferrer out of the gun with Green flanked to his left, hands the ball. Green cuts to his left and gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They had call in as a tight end blocking back, but they just could not open up a hole that time. Second down and 10 after the no gain. Crispin in as a wideout. Cougars do huddle up now. They come out of it. Rixey wide to the right. Crispin the lone wide to the near side at 6'5". And here is Ferrer out of the pistol. Waiting for the snap, read option, wants to throw. Throws right side, wide open, Boswell at the 40. Spins off a tackle, brings it up to the 44-yard line. Good move by Sean Boswell. He has 4 catches for 50 yards in the first half. Gets a first down here for the Cougars on their first possession to begin this third quarter. So improving field position now just short of the 45. Nose of the football at the St. Francis 44-yard line. Connor Holcomb at center, Austin Smoger, Jalen Gamble, the guards, Nick Shoemaker, and Alex Woods, the starting tackles. And here's Green up the middle, runs into a wall for 45, gained only about a yard. Green running hard, but not much there. Marcus Paddock, another freshman at 285, 2 tackles last week, half for loss. Gain of 1, second down and 9 coming up. Seen a lot of Casey Call beginning in the second quarter. Not much of Zach Gegner, and didn't get word if he maybe was banged up a little bit. Now the Cougars show a trips package wide to the right side. Crispin stays in the lone wide to the near side. And Ferrer looks this way. Now checks off. Throws to the right in a slot. And that one in and out of the breadbasket. Boswell took a hit as he was midair. Built up nicely. I'll check it. It was Duke Blackwell, the intended receiver, took a hit, but tell you what, nice sportsmanship. Missouri Baptist player helped him to his feet, and now it's 3rd down and 9. Cougars were just 2 of 6 in third down situations in the first half. They are trying to reach the Spartan 46-yard line on this snap. Rixey comes in wide to the right. He's got single coverage, and now the safety kind of eyes him that way. Crispin still in wide to the short side. Let's see what Ferrer tries to come up with now. Gives ground. Looks, throws over the middle. And got a ball right. Hit him on the numbers and bounced right out of there. Crispin could not find the handle. I mean, that hit him right on the 11. But it had plenty of mustard on it. And Will Crispin just not able to make that catch. It would have been good for a first down. So Nepper will have to punt the ball away. Promising drive in the making, stalls. And Nipper unlimbering the leg. Waits at the USF 32-yard line. One back and punt return at the 15. Against the wind, rush is coming. Kick is away. Hanging, wobbly ball. That's chased down far side by Hudgens. Back pedals inside the 10. Now hit on the far sideline across the 15. Maybe got out to about the 16, 17-yard line. We'll check it. But it'll be the Spartans with their first chance offensively here in the second half, trailing it by 15 points here at home. And we will see, will it be Tim Brenheisen in at quarterback once again? 14 of 22 through the air in the first half for 141. No touchdowns. Did give up the deflected ball interception to Spencer Coward that led to a Cougar touchdown late. Sets up out of the gun. Too wide to the right side. Read option wants to throw. Over the middle, and that one is wide and incomplete. Running the deep post was Isaiah King. He had a step to the inside, but incomplete pass. Clock stops with 12:57 remaining in the third quarter. It'll be second down and 10. They spot that ball at the 15-yard line. So Hudgens did not get out to the 17. Second down and 10. Running back offset to the left side on the read option. They give to Davis. Met right about the 15. Maybe gets a yard to the 16. Kendall Davis was the lone running back that had positive yardage for the Spartans in the first half. He had a net gain of 20, but that was offset by some losses. -4 for the team in the first half. Third down and 9. Brenheisen now changed the play, comes up to the line of scrimmage. We do not have a play clock here in the high school situation in Missouri. They'll flip-flop Davis offset down to the left. Now the Cougars show double blitz coming up the A-gap. Here's Brenheisen wrapped up and dropped back around the 11-yard line. Jordan May gets credit for the stop. So the Cougars flexing their defensive muscles. They were forced a 3-and-out now by the Spartans. And Hatch will have to punt the ball away as St. Francis, despite the win, should get good field position. Boswell and Carson await the kick back around the USF 42. 1 yard deep, Tyler Hatch waiting the snap. Here it comes, good delivery. Rushes on, it was nearly blocked, high kick. And fair catch is called, and that is made at the USF 48 by Nate Carson. So the Cougars with excellent field position now. Their second possession of the second half, leading at 35-20. Both teams not able to score points in their initial possessions of the second half. And Kevin Donnelly will see what his Cougars can do now to try to expand on this 35-20 lead. We mentioned we'll keep an eye on that score from Ann Arbor. At halftime, it was Concordia leading Marion 32-21. Justin Green comes out as the running back. Ferrer will set up out of the pistol. He's got 2 wide to the left side. Got a wing back off to the right side. Play action fake. Ferrer wants to throw, dances throw. He's got a catch made. That's Rixey. Curls to the out-of-bounds side. Gets to the 40-yard line of Missouri Baptist. Nice little play on the score-out pattern run by Dan Rixey. They show that play action just to freeze the linebackers for a moment, getting to think perhaps it's Green getting that handoff. Justin with 133 yards gained rushing in that first half. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line from the right side hash mark. Ferrer barking out the signals. Looking to take the snap again. Does give to Green. Cuts to the right side, but caught from behind and dropped. That's a good defensive play that time. As forging through there for the Spartans, that was Demetrius Fisher. So Fisher getting a good jump. Loss of 1. And second down and 11. With the ball now spotted outside the 40 at the 41-yard line. Casey Call stays in. They will split him out, part of a trips package to the wide side of Ferrer's left. Now he comes in motion to the near side. And Ferrer looks that way, throws a middle. Good luck off, and he's got Rixey in the middle of the field. 35, got to the 34. Good recovery, though, by the Spartans. They limited that. But I like Ferrer. He looked all the way to the motion man, which was call. But all the while, he was going to throw a little bubble screen over the middle to Rixey. So now, third down coming up. St. Francis trying to reach the 30-yard line, and they need 4 yards. Just under 10 minutes remain here in the third quarter. Still 35-20, St. Francis. 2 wide to the right. That becomes the wide side of the field for Ferrer. Threw 4 touchdown passes in the first half. He's got Rixey again in the middle of the field. Stop and go, and gets it down to the 26-yard line. Dan Rixey's been the featured receiver the last 2 snaps of the ball. And the Cougars convert, though, and we've got a Spartan player down right at where the tackle on Rixey was made at the 26. So that'll stop the clock with 9:39 remaining here in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. 35-20 still our score, but the Cougars beginning to put something together. Will step out. This is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
This is David X with Union Savings Bank Mortgage Department. So happy to support Bishop Lures and Bishop Dwenger student athletes who work so hard to be the best they can be. I'm here to support you too as you look for mortgage lending. If you need a home loan, pick up the phone and call me, 418-6191 anytime for low closing costs and great rates. 418-6191. I offer what you want, low closing costs and great rates. Call 418-6191. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That was big Marcus Paddock, who did leap up and run off the field. Looks like he's okay. Big freshman at 285, just 5'11". Still just a baby, still growing. But looks like he's okay. It's 1st and 10, USF now. Nick Carson comes in, wide left. Duke Blackwell will join him up on the slot to the left side. Dylan Hunley in wide to the right. Justin Green remains as the running back, offset to the right, a little bit behind. Nick Ferrer pointing to his left. One to reposition. Duke Blackwell's caught a touchdown pass today. Ferrer looks, wants to throw to the right. There's Hunley, reaches out, can't find it. Well, the good news for Ferrer, he was going to throw it to the outside, but was a look-in pattern run by Dylan Hunley. And scoring up to the football, had to reach back to his left and could not find the handle. So that stops the clock with 9:08 remaining. And 2nd down and 10. Same formation. Hunley wide to the right, the lone wide there. And Carson and Blackwell, they split wide left. Ferrer sets up out of the pistol line. The blitz coming up the middle. Here's Ferrer, looks, throws to the left, and there's a catch made. Again, falling down on his back. I believe that's Nate Carson. Let's check that. No, it's Duke Blackwell. Let's give credit where credit is due. That ball, Ferrer, the blitz was coming. He had to get rid of the ball. Blackwell had to make an immediate adjustment on the ball, falling down, and able to keep it off the turf. Now the give is to Green. Justin Green takes it straight up the middle, inside the 10, gets down to about the 7. So it's going to be 2nd down and goal. They'll spot it after. Let's reset that. It is not 2nd and goal. Cougars can pick up a 1st down actually inside the 5 at about the 4. So let's call 2nd down and a long 2. Blackwell splits wide to the right. Ball is basically in the middle. Well, it's near the left side hash mark now. Ferrer looking, hands off the Green. Skips his way up the middle, trying to keep his footing. Is knocked down back around the 7. Again, a good job defensively. That time is Caleb Carver, who came in leading the Spartans with 59 tackles. That's 4th best in the Mid-States Football Association. Also with 13 tackles for loss starting the day, 2nd best among all tacklers in the MSFA. Now it's 3rd down and 6 after the loss. Ball is back around outside the 7-yard line. Cougars again with 2 wide to the right, call in motion to the right side. Here's Ferrer, checks off, throws the middle. That one is intercepted in the end zone. So the Spartans have only the 2nd interception of the year delivered by Nick Ferrer. But they will take over the football. So So that stops the drive right now. So the Spartans will take over at their own 20-yard line. And Ferrer never saw him coming. Wind picking up once again, so the Cougar defense backed out on the field. Now that wind appears to be gusting much higher than 15 miles an hour. That will, well, it will power the passing attack by Tim Brenneisen, moving from left to right. 7:24 remains in the quarter. No score by either team here in the second half. 35-20 at halftime. That's where we are. Brenneisen throws downfield and nobody home. He had to get rid of that ball looking for Isaiah King. Was hoping he could lay it up, put enough air under it, but the wind took control of it and pushed away from King downfield, incomplete. Bryson Barnes in there for a play, checks out of the ball game now. And the Spartans, again, they don't huddle up like a lot of teams do now. They'll bring in Griffin, Michael Griffin, wide in the slot to the near side. Here's a little spin play by Brenneisen, looking to throw the ball and high again. Looking for King along the sidelines. Cougars had that one well bracketed. Again, good thing that Brenneisen had plenty of mustard on that ball, because I think it might have been Lee Stewart was reading the quarterback's eyes all the way, and he had the ideas of another interception. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Spartans trying to reach their own 30-yard line on this snap. 2 protectors in either side of Brenneisen. Now they step away. Again, we do not have a play clock to check here. Stan Jackson's got the corner coverage near side. And Brenneisen changed the play call as well. And I believe it is delay of game. You can't tell, but it just had the feeling that they were... Yeah, it is delay game against the Spartans. That'll cost them 5. 3rd and 10 becomes 3rd down and 15. It seemed like they were taking an awfully long time with that audible call that was coming in from the sidelines. Still trying to reach their own 30-yard line on this snap. Now they've got it back on the 15-yard line. Cougars trying to rush up the middle. Here's Brenneisen, screens the ball near sideline. That's Kendall Davis, but he did not get a block, and he's out of bounds around the 10. Great defense that time. Jackson came up. And Marcus Stepp, I believe, was there as well. Cougars had some new numbers in there as well. Let's give credit. Vito Chipea also in on the play defensively. To blow that one up, so it's a further loss. And it will be 4th down with the ball back. They mark it just inside the 10-yard line. Hack is in there to kick the ball away. He's about 5-6 yards deep in the end zone. Needs a good snap here. And got it. Kicks the ball away. Got a good leg into it. Wind aided. Backpedaling. Nate Carson's got it at the 35. Gets by 1. Now it's blockers. Works to the 40. Gets to the 45-yard line. Penalty flag is thrown at the Cougar 40. That is going against St. Francis, I got to believe. Cougars had 5 penalties for 62 yards in the first half. And may well be looking at another one here to back them up. Again, a great wind-assisted kick by Tyler Hack. Brian Harris, our referee. Legal block in the back against St. Francis. That one goes against Nick Shoemaker. And they'll walk off the penalty yardage. They nail the ball outside the 40. That's before the penalty. Before they do that, though, they want to bring in the St. Francis ball. And they'll walk it inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line is where they'll put it down. Now they're going to put it down back around the 30. So it'll be 1st and 10, St. Francis. Cougars in this third quarter. 6:33 remains, working against the wind. So they've tried to work and try to concentrate on the little score-out patterns, crossing patterns. Really not trying to go with the fade passes that the wind might blow down. Here's Ferrer, but lost the football, and the Cougars jump on it. I believe that might have been Ryan Sonata in there. Start this third. No, it was Green. A problem on the exchange on the read option. But that one will be a loss of about 4 back around the 26-yard line. So the Cougars moving backwards. 2nd down and 14 coming up with the ball at the 26-yard line. Crispman and Blackwell, the 2 wide to the near side. And Ferrer taking a look. Corners come up in press coverage now on St. Francis. Here's Ferrer looking to screen the balls. Got Casey Call 30, 35. Gets a lot of that penalty yardage back, plus it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 coming up. They'll give them a spot of the ball up around just outside the 35. So the Cougars need about 4.5 yards on this snap to reach the 40-yard line. Clock is moving. It'll move inside of 5.5 minutes before the snap of the ball. Well, we've seen a little bit of everything here today. We had showers early. Now we have abundant sunshine. And Ferrer out of the gun. Looks to throw over the middle. He's got a screen. Catches Rixey. Nice move. A little stop and go. And gets the 1st down across the 40, about near the 41-yard line. Looked like he might be tackled around the 39, but a little bit of a stutter step move got him the extra 1.5 yards, and they spotted at the 41-yard line, and the Cougars pick up the new set of downs to work with as the clock shows just over 5 minutes time remaining in this third quarter. Rixey stays in, wide to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Green, the running back, he's not had the success that he had in the first half with 133 yards. Blitz up the middle. Ferrer checks off, throws. Crispman can't find the handle, and nearly an intercepted pass. That time a little bit on the back shoulder of Will Crispman and high around the shoulder pad, but deflected, and it hung tantalizingly and close to another interception. Ferrer has suffered an interception today, just his 2nd of the year. That one was close to another. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. In case you missed the announcement, no Rocky James again today. They're going to keep him out, maybe even next week. It's 2nd down and 10. Blitz being shown again. Green runs up the middle into a wall, pushes the pile up to about the 44-yard line, just across the 44. 3rd down call coming up for St. Francis. The official is going to spot that ball just about 3 inches away from the 45-yard line. Cougars are got to reach the 49-yard line of Missouri Baptist on this snap if they can. Boswell back in. He joins Dan Rixey. They are the 2 wideouts to the right side. 1 wide to the near side as Ferrer out of the gun now. And looking to make a play. Looks, dances, being pursued, and they've got him for a sack. Back inside the 40-yard line. That time it was Christian Perez again. Had a big play in the first half. He sacks Ferrer here. So the Cougars with 4th and 11 now will have to punt the ball away. And still neither team has scored in the second half. 35-20 at halftime, and it remains that way. Cougars with a lead of 15 points. Now just over 3.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Nepper ready to receive the snap at his own 27. Steps into it, got it away. High hanging kick coming up. That's not a fair catch called, or was it? The officials blew right away as Missouri Baptist will have it. And they will have it just short of their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, the Spartans will be the beneficiary, you would think, of some big wind behind them at times. It doesn't always work out that way because the ball can sail on you. Ryan Johnson checks into the defensive secondary for St. Francis now. Cougars also with some other new numbers out there. We'll check for you. Looks like Blake Blaker has checked in as well. Here comes the first snap. Empty backfield now, 3 wide to the left. And here's Brent Eisen, flush to his left. Wants to throw long, looking down, and the ball is caught. And still in feet is Kendall Davis. Davis at the 20-yard line, maneuvering. Stop and go move, cuts back. And he's inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. I said Kendall Davis, but it was Devin Michael Griffin. Devin Michael Griffin with a big play. And the Spartans now inside the red zone and threatening to cut into the Cougar 15-point lead. Brent Eisen ready to make a quick play snap of it, but now the referee, Brian Harris, throws a penalty flag. And we'll see what we've got going here, talking with the linesman. We'll find out in a moment. It goes against Missouri Baptist. Couldn't quite get the call over the PA here. It will be a 5-yard walk-off, though, against the Spartans. That'll take them outside of the red zone, back around the 24-yard line. Well, Kevin Donnelly talked about, and boy, tell you what, Jason Berniak not happy with that call. He comes running downfield to talk to Brian Harris. What was that one about? And still pleading a case. But it'll be first down and 15. Well, I tell you what, he is not a happy camper. I think that was a sideline warning, but actually results in a penalty. Now pistol alignment now and they'll run the ball up the middle, and there's not much there for Kendall Davis. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. So no gain. And it'll be second down and still about 15 to go for the Spartans. They can pick up a first down inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line. Kevin Donnelly talked about this young Spartan team. A lot of talent on this team. They're just trying to put things together. Freshman Brent Eisen out of the pistol alignment once again. 2 wing backs in. He rolls to his right side, looking, throws the ball that high and out of bounds. Just got rid of it. Looking for Dante Cox, but that was just a throwaway, and now it's third down. Cougars trying to make a late change. Matt Muncie was in the game. Checks out of there. Cougars with Ryan Johnson in, we mentioned. He's beginning to take a little bit of a toll, you can tell, down on the field. Third down, still 14. Bunch of line up to the far side. Now whistles blow, and we're going to have a timeout called by Missouri Baptist. 2:04 remains. No, it's St. Francis that took the timeout. That's their first. They didn't want to get burned again by a trick play like they did in the first half on the double pass. So, 35-20 our score, timeout on the field, and we'll pause for this 30-second break. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
Still just about 17 minutes and 4 seconds of game time remaining in this ball game here, southwest side of St. Louis. Glad you could join us here today. Sun has come out finally. Had rain showers at the start. Now the umbrellas are up, but only to protect from the sun. At the 24, it'll be third down for Missouri Baptist and needing 14 yards. Again, we got 3 wide to the left. Here's a quick fade to the corner. Looking for King on the way. It is out of his fingertips and no good. Whistles blew. There's penalty flags on the far side. Let's see what we have on this penalty flag. And which way will it go? That is right where the bunch lineup was to the left of Tim Brenneisen. Well, now a second official joins Brian Harris, and we will find out here shortly. Yeah, illegal formation to call against. It'll be 4th down. The Cougars decline the penalty. So let's see if there will be a field goal attempt coming up, or whether they will try some sort of a fake. This will be about a 41-yard attempt by Ethan Metzler. He has a long of 33 on the year. From 41 yards out, directly in front, and the kick is on the way, and it is going to be good. 41-yard field goal, so it is Missouri Baptist that draws first blood in the second half, as they will add 3 to their total with 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. 35-23 now with a timeout here in St. Louis. And we'll be back. 35-23 our score. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Dear, do you have any cash? I owe Heather for lunch. Oh, and we need to send Jason money for textbooks.
Sound familiar? Now there's an easier way to pay with People Pay from First Federal Bank. It uses First Federal's mobile app to quickly and securely text or email cash and e-gift cards.
Oh, I still have to get a gift card for Dan's birthday. I think there's an ATM on the way.
Stop hunting for ATMs and start using People Pay. Check it out at first-fed.com/peoplepay. Member FDIC.
So the Cougars see their 15-point lead now trimmed to 12, and Missouri Baptist hanging in. Reminder of H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial and industrial to residential, H&L can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Now the Cougars still with a 2-touchdown lead, and give you an idea about this progressively stronger win. It knocks the ball off the tee. So they'll reset that. And we'll see if Justin Green has a chance for a return. He waits back inside the Cougar 5-yard line. Metzler trying to direct the kick near side. And Green has got that. Brings it across the 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line. That's Stan Jackson back there. And Jackson scurries his way all the way across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. Stan Jackson on the kick return. 22 rather than 17. And St. Francis now will have excellent field position to work with on this drive. Still leading at 35-23, but the Cougars have not scored in this second half. Led 35-20 at halftime, and only the 41-yard field goal from Ethan Metzler has put points on the board, and that was for Missouri Baptist. But USF now with very good field position. Nick Ferrer still against the wind for another minute 49. And he will look to hand the ball to Green. Curls right side, twists his way across the 45, up to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. And Green with a hard run. And they set that down just inside the 48-yard line. So call it a gain of 6. Second down and 4 coming up. We're inside of 90 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Chris Smith is checked in as the wingback blocker on the right side for Justin Green. Rixey in wide right. And Ferrer to the pistol. Now the coverage drops off. They'll give to Green again. Looking for running room. Does not find it. Does not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 5. So credit the adjustments defensively against Justin Green especially. Connor Bonstep came up with run support from the secondary to stop that play. Now it's third down and 5. Final 46 seconds ticking away. Let's see if Ferrer does try to put it up. He threw 4 touchdown passes in the first half, but none so far in the second half. Ferrer wants to throw, looks left, throws left. Here's Cris, and he slides down and cradles the ball in, trying to get his confidence back after he had 2 straight drops. And they will move the chains, and that'll help the big, young sophomore 6'5" receiver. Confidence breeds confidence. Success breeds success. Now St. Francis has got it at the 47-yard line with just 18 seconds remaining in the quarter. After this should be the final snap of this third quarter. Smith sets up on the wing to the right side as Ferrer looks again to Green. And no, it's Sonata in there, breaks 1 tackle, but not a second, and loses another yard. That was Keenan Savage that came in and made the stop, so it'll be a loss of 1 when we head to the fourth quarter. Cougars will have the win behind them. They've got the lead at 35-23. Looking for more when we return to St. Louis. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
This is Cindy Black, Executive Director of Redeemer Radio. We hear many stories of how God has spoken to people's hearts through Redeemer Radio with what they need, when they need it. Priests share that people have come to confession after many years away. Young adults who have doubted their faith are reassured by what they hear. Non-Catholics who have journeyed into the church often cite Redeemer Radio as a key influence. Lives are being transformed thanks to our generous donors. You too can join our mission by going to redeemerradio.com or calling the station. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Howdy folks, this is Jimmy Aiken from Catholic Answers Live, which is heard right here on Redeemer Radio weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. On Catholic Answers Live, we take live phone calls and offer Catholics and non-Catholics an opportunity to hear from and talk with some of the leading apologists and theologians in the church today. Thank you for listening to and supporting Catholic programming like Catholic Answers Live right here on Redeemer Radio.
Cougars looking at second down and 10. They've got the ball at their own 47-yard line. Here's Ferrer out of the gun. Wants to throw in the middle. Pulls it down, checks off, and throws it low. Chrisman on a little crossing pattern in the under area. But, again, that was no chance on that pass. And it'll be third down and 10. Well, wind becoming a factor up here in the booth as well. Cougars trying to reach the 37-yard line of Missouri Baptist on this snap. Now they've got the wind with them. And Ferrer's got to account for that. And now what are we going to have? We're going to have a timeout, I believe, called. Yeah, the Cougars take their second timeout. They've got 1 remaining. So they want to make sure on this third down call coming up, kind of a critical one. With a lead of just 12 points, we'll step out. 35-23 still our score. And Cougars on top. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
This is David X with Union Savings Bank Mortgage Department. So happy to support Bishop Lures and Bishop Dwenger student athletes who work so hard to be the best they can be. I'm here to support you too as you look for mortgage lending. If you need a home loan, pick up the phone and call me, 418-6191 anytime for low closing costs and great rates. 418-6191. I offer what you want, low closing costs and great rates. Call 418-6191. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Cougars taking the timeout. One to make sure. They've got 1 remaining only. And they've got a jet stream wind behind them. Working from left to right. Third down and 10 from the 47-yard line of Missouri Baptist. Ferrer from the left side hash mark. Drops the throw and penalty flag right at the snap. And let's see, probably going against the Cougars. Third and 10 may become third and 15. It is procedure. Looked like Boswell might have leaked out just before the snap, so that'll cost him 5 yards. Cougars had 62 yards in penalties assessed against them in the first half. So now it's third down and 15 with the ball on the Cougar side of midfield at the 49. Got to reach the 37. 2 safeties back right about the first down sticks. 3 wide to the right side. Ferrer drops the throw, looks over the middle. He's got Boswell for a first down. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and a touchdown. Third down and 15, and to the house as he will go 51 yards on the touchdown toss. His 5th of the day, Nick Ferrer to Sean Boswell. Well, that's one way to bounce back in a big way. Time of the score, 14:46. And Boswell into the scoring column for the first time today. Cougars now looking for their 42nd point of the day. Right-footed kick is on the way, and that one is good. So 42-23, USF answers the field goal of Missouri Baptist. They get a big play. Ferrer to Boswell, good for 51 yards on 3rd down and 15, and adding to their total. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
What passions do you want to pursue next in life? Do you want to be a sculptor, a volunteer, teach your grandkids to fish? As a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, Reinbold and Anderson can help you plan for the life you want today and well into the future. When you have the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Call Reinbold and Anderson at 260-432-3235. Offices located at 5750 Coventry Lane, Suite 110, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Well, it just goes to show you how a game can turn around in just a matter of a brief few seconds. Momentum appeared to be turning towards Missouri Baptist when they got the 41-yard field goal to cut it to 12. But just seconds later, literally, 51-yard bomb to Boswell in the middle of the field. And Missouri Baptist has given up 3 big touchdowns down the middle of the field here today. And Ferrer with 5 touchdown tosses, and suddenly it's the biggest lead of the day for St. Francis now on the road here by 19. But long way to go, 14:46 still on the clock. And this is a dangerous Spartan team with talent. Gardner now teeing it up from the 35 with the wind behind him, getting ready to kick, and puts the ball deep into the end zone. That's across the end line on the fly. So it'll come out to the 25-yard line, and that is where Missouri Baptist goes to work once again on offense. They have shown a willingness to try to throw fade passes, just putting a lot of air into the football and trying to hope a receiver would run underneath them, but against the wind, we'll see, that could prove disastrous. Jamesich back in their defensive right end, Hemmelgarn on the nose. I believe that's Jordan May at the other defensive end spot. And here we go. Empty backfield. Brenheisen looks, read option, throws over the middle. He's got a catch at the 30-yard line. Dutton finishes off the play. Catch was made by Dante Cox. That's good for 5 yards. Little pitch and catch on the near side. So 2nd down and 5. Cole comes up in press coverage on the near side on the wide out. And out of the shotgun formation, Brenheisen again hands it off, and they're trying to break to the right side, and that's a good run by Kendall Davis. Cougars did not get containment to the defensive left side, and Davis able to roll out and pick up the first down at the 36. Clock will move now inside of 14 minutes. 1st and 10, Missouri Baptist at their own 36-yard line. Brenheisen again stays in the shotgun formation with a running back offset a little bit behind him to the left. Looks, rolls to his left, sets his feet, throws near side, has got a wide open catch for another first down. Cougars playing off, giving a big cushion that time to Isaiah Kane. I think St. Francis' philosophy right now is don't get beat deep, but they're giving up some good yardage in the younger areas. Now, quick hitting play as Brenheisen is ready to go to work. Short drop, looks to throw, the fade, and nobody home. That time, King, he was running a little square out pattern, and Brenheisen thought he was going on the go pattern down the left sidelines. Incomplete pass, stops the clock with 13:30 remaining. Cox in the slot to the left side. Michael Griffin, slot right. 2 wide either side of the field. And the Cougars show blitz up the middle. Now Harnish backs off. Still time. They're running that. Well, we don't know what the play clock is. It's bitten them once already in the second half on delay of game. We got Austin Schultz in as the running back, offset to the left. They'll give the ball to him. And up the middle, runs into his own man. It reaches midfield and maybe a yard deep in the Cougar territory. Austin Schultz getting the call. So he's got a gain right about midfield. They'll put the ball, nose of the football, on the Cougar side of the 50-yard line. And now they've got to reach the 44 on this 3rd down and 6 call coming up from the left side hash mark. Brenheisen says something to the running back to his left. That Schultz stays in. Brenheisen again. The Cougars coming with the zone blitz up the middle. And here's Brenheisen over the middle and too high. Deflected ball off of Cox's hands. And Lee Stewart looked up and had a shot at it. But it sails incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. Now will they punt the ball? Tyler Hack is in ostensibly to punt. Now we're trying to save the papers. The wind coming up again. Hack has had a long of 50 yards today from the 35, gets it away, kind of a knuckleball kick. Got to stay away from that. Takes a Cougar bounce upfield. Around the 30-yard line is where it'll be touched. And that's where Nick Ferrer, who just hit the 51-yard bomb with Sean Boswell, will come back on the field. 1st and 10. Check some of the numbers now. The Cougars, after 3 quarters, with 468 yards of total offense, compared to Mo Back with 235. Ferrer, after 3 quarters, 27 of 40 through the air, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 sack, 1 interception. Brenheisen, 16 of 29 for 189, no touchdowns, 1 sack, and 1 interception. Ferrer now barking out the signals. Got Boswell in motion. They'll give the ball to Sean, turning the corner, and turns upfield across the 30 and gets to about the 32-yard line. Run that little flip pass play where the wideout comes in motion and the quarterback just with a flick of the wrist shovels it off for about a 1-yard pass. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Crispin in wide to the left. Boswell stays in slot right. Rixey split wide of him. Wing back offset to the left side for Ferrer. And here comes Ferrer to throw. Looking, dumps it off. Crossing pattern. Crispin's got it. 35. Lowers the shoulder. Gets to the 37. That's short of the 1st down by a couple of yards. And St. Francis now. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2 with 11:45 remaining in this ball game. The lead is 19 for St. Francis on the road. Casey Call in. He's up in the slot down to the right side. Cougars will spread the offense 2 wide either side of the field, needing 3 yards. Will they give it to Green? Rixey comes in motion in tandem now to the right side. Here's Ferrer over the middle. Rixey wide open at the 45, 50, 45, 35, 30, 25. Tripped up, and there's a penalty flag thrown late on the far side of the field. So we will see how this sorts out. Right now, the Cougars have got Dan Rixey for a 1st down right around the 18-yard line is where the ball sits, but there was a penalty flag holding the call down deep. Crispin gets the call down deep. Well, that's going to cost them some yards. It will be 1st down for St. Francis. They'll put it down back at the 35-yard line. So Rixey, again, another one that at times Missouri Baptist have just ignored Cougar receivers, especially down the middle. And Rixey able to take it down inside the 15-yard line, but now comes back on the penalty. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Cougars work from the left side hash mark now. And Ferrer, long count of line of scrimmage. Play action fake throws. He's got Blackwell, bobbled the ball and dropped it. He was hit just the moment he bobbled that ball, trying to gather it back in, but could not do it. So a good hit, timed well that time. And Tyron Ballard on the hit that timed perfectly to jar it free from Blackwell. But again, the play was there, wide open initially. Second down and 10. Rixey and Boswell come wide to the right side. Green, we haven't seen much of him in the second half running the ball. He's in there offset to the right. They'll give the ball to him now, and he runs out of a tackle at the 35, works to the 30, turns the corner, 25, 20, and bumped out of bounds on a touchdown-saving tackle inside the Spartan 15. They'll spot it 1st and 10 USF somewhere around the 12-yard line. Play designed to go off guard right side. The hole was not there. And Justin Green stepping out of a tackle and breaking it off to his right and running hard again. It'll be 1st and 10. USF knocking on the door. They've got it at the Spartan 12-yard line, trying to add to their 19-point lead. This time the wideouts to the left are going to be Boswell in the slot, Chrisman wide left. And Ferrer from the right side hash mark. Looks, play action. Looks over the middle. He's got a ball deflected. That was a touchdown-saving deflection because Boswell was open running the post pattern. Charles Johnson credited with getting a paw up to knock that pass down. So 2nd down and 10 coming up still from the 12. I've seen Zach Gegner in this afternoon in the second half. By the way, Dylan Hunley now comes into the ball game. They will use him as a wideout to the right side. He'll be joined in the slot by Sean Boswell, flanked just inside of him. Chrisman, the lone wide to the left. Boswell in motion again. They'll flip the ball to him. Needs a block. Cuts it back. Nearly fell down. Now cuts back to his left side, dragging tackler inside the 10. And maybe got to the 9-yard line. Boswell trying to make a quick cut down there off the block. Lost his footing, but did not allow the knee to hit. So gets positive yardage. It'll be 3rd down and 7, and obviously in 4-down yardage area if Kevin Donnelly so chooses. They can pick up a 1st down without scoring just inside the 2-yard line. Now Rixey, the lone wide to the right side. And Blackwell in motion. Here is Ferrer looking, throws over the middle. He's got Chrisman, touchdown. Will Chrisman at 6'5", a nice target to have. So that will be a touchdown. Let's call that 9 yards at the 9:21 mark. Chrisman's 2nd touchdown catch of the day. And the Cougars on the 6th touchdown pass of the day from Ferrer. This time to Chrisman. He's got his 2nd touchdown catch of the afternoon. And Gardner on to attempt the extra point. Into Wren on its way, and it is good. So, St. Francis adds to their total 49-23. It's a lead of 26 with still 9:21 remaining. We'll step out. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hello, this is Mike Ripley, Board Chair at Redeemer Radio. This year, I encourage you to turn your financial support into a recurring gift to maximize your investment in reaching more souls with the message of God. Once you become a recurring gift partner, you'll be automatically enrolled in our St. Gabriel Perpetual Gift Society, with both spiritual and practical benefits. You can review all those benefits and join our St. Gabriel Perpetual Gift Society today at RedeemerRadio.com.
Back in St. Louis, I'm Joe Parson. Cougars on the board once again now. Remember, they did not score in the 3rd quarter. They were actually saw the only points on the board from a 41 field goal from Ethan Metzler. But now they put 2 scores on the board here in the 4th quarter and lead at 49-23. Lead of 26 points. Gardner teeing it up once again. Last time with a win behind him, he put it out of the field of play. Drives it again, end over end, and again, Devin Griffin over the end line. No chance on that one. So the Cougars will send out their defense once again, trying to keep the pressure on young freshman quarterback Tim Brenneisen, who has played fairly well here today. And couple that with head coach Jason Buryanik's creativity with his coaching staff, catching the Cougars a little bit flat-footed, especially in the first half. But it was a 35-20 lead for St. Francis at halftime. Now they lead at 49-23. And Brenneisen tip ball incomplete. Now you got to be careful because that's a bubble screen in the flats, but they rule it. A forward pass incomplete, intended to Kendall Davis, leaking out of the backfield. Marcus Stepp credited with getting a hand in on that play to knock it down. And 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Spartans. Cougars back home next Saturday, 12 noon, the kickoff against Lindenwood Belleville. Hope you can join us and hope we have weather like this, at least as it's turned out here this afternoon in the upper 70s. Brenneisen, read option, does hand the ball off, and there's Davis wrapped up by Eric Dutton. Across the 25, got it to the 27, maybe the 28. We'll see how generous they are with the spot. And that play will take the clock now inside of 9 minutes, time remaining here in regulation. Cougars making some substitution changes defensively. But it's 3rd down and 7. Try to get out to their 35 now. Empty back. Well, not empty. They do have a running back in their protector to the left. Brenneisen, short drop, and they've got him. And he escapes, throws the ball, and it's knocked away, and Lee Stewart got a right hand on it to disrupt that play in and out of the hands of Dante Cox. So 4th down, and I tell you what, how did Brenneisen? There were 3 Cougars surrounding him. But he stepped up in the pocket just enough to escape their outreach. Now Hack in to punt the ball again, this time against the wind. He will wait at about the 13-yard line for this snap. Cougars set up with a punt return unit. Boswell and Carson have been doing it today. And they're at the USF 40-yard line. Still 8:40 remaining. Clock stop. Low snap. And here's a end-over-end kick. That's not deep, though. Takes a high bounce at the 45 now. And it rolls down into Cougar territory inside the 40 to about the 38. So the Cougars go back to work offensively. We'll see if Nick Ferrer's day is done with 8.5 minutes remaining, basically, 8:29 officially on the clock. And I believe Clay Cenarius is going to come in now to be the second quarterback of the day, used by Kevin Donnelly. So we can expect to see some new numbers out there now for USF in the final minutes of this ball game. Kavich, who had a good kick return early in the game, he's in the slot to the right side. Clay Cenarius wants to throw on 1st down. The rush is coming. Throws, completes it. As a gain across the 40 to the 45, and they've got a 1st down and much more. Still on their feet inside the 35 to 30. That's Ryan Sonata, I believe, that made the catch. And tell you what, Cougars were not shy about throwing the ball, and Ryan Sonata breaking tackles and moving the ball downfield all the way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line of Missouri Baptist. Well, we said new numbers in there, but that was not a new number with Ryan Sonata. But now, what do we have, a penalty? Or are you going to say just stepped out of bounds back around the 32-yard line? Still, it's 1st and 10. Dylan Hunley in wide to the right side. Kavich in the slot, right side as well. And Cenarius out of the gun with protector on into his right. Looks to hand the ball off. That's a run by Eli Wallace. Wallace, who had 8 carries last week against Siena Heights on the road for 31 yards. Came into the game averaging just over 6.5 yards a carry. He will pick up about 3 here. And it brings up 2nd down and 7. Clock will reach inside of 7.5 minutes before this snap of the football. Kyle May into the game, wide to the short side to the left. Cenarius looking to hand the ball off again. There's Sonata up the middle. Accelerates. No, it's Wallace who carries the mail inside the 25 down to about the 23. Let's see if he's short of the first down by about a yard. Trevin Carr now in as well. And Janai Cooper also is in there wide to the left side. Cenarius out of the pistol. Needs about a yard. Looking now, they back away and reset. And here's the snap. They'll hand the ball. Wallace is hit, spun, and turned around, but drives for the first down inside the 22 to the 21. He should have enough, I believe, for the first down. Got a Spartan a little bit slow getting up. Oh, he did not get a good spot of that ball at all. They mark it back at the 22. It looked like from here he was down to the 21. But now it's 4th down and 1. Cougars going to bring in some of the heavy artillery now. Some of the big boys. They will try to go for it on 4th down and less than a yard. And Cenarius has a trio around him in the backfield. Looks to hand the ball off. Here's a run to the right side. Second effort. Let's see. They should have it, but I said that before. Never know about the spots in these NAIA football games. So they do indicate Cougars gets the first down. And that was Eli Wallace getting up off the bottom of the pile. First and 10, USF with still just over 5.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. Cody Conwell is checked in as one of the blockers off to the right side. Wallace, I believe, still in. Dotsy at the tailback gets the call, starts left, cuts up the middle, and he's behind the defense, and he'll score. Eli Wallace from 21 yards out gets the Cougars on the board once again. On the 1st and 10, call, 21-yard scamper by Eli Wallace at the 5:31 mark. A lot of Cougar fans here today in St. Louis. All the seating is on the near side, so home and away alike mixed in. 55-23 St. Francis, pinning the extra point attempt by Gavin Gardner on the way, and good again. So 56-23, Cougars beginning to pull away now. Took a while today against this improving Missouri Baptist team, but now USF on top. And we'll step out again. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
May I share an effective way of achieving the loving, unified family life that we all want? When we fail in charity, as I often do, we should be quick to humbly say, I'm sorry. Forgive, and forgive some more. Forgive swiftly, as Jesus has forgiven you. And with the help of the Holy Spirit, do your best to forget offenses. I'm Jim Littleton, formingfaithfulfamilies.com.
Good words to live by. By the way, don't forget Share-a-thon starts Monday, both in South Bend and in Fort Wayne, all week long. And remember to keep Redeemer Radio in your thoughts and in your donations, and keep the station on the air. And a lot of the parishes will be involved with the pastors and the sisters, and just really, really entertaining and very motivational. Make sure you tune your dial to 106.3 FM all week long for Share-a-thon, the Fall Share-a-thon 2017. Driving kick by Gardner, and again, no chance whatsoever. 3 straight kickoffs with the win over the end line. It'll come out to the 25 with 5:32 remaining for Missouri Baptist, as they will go on the road after today. Assuming the score stands up, they will drop to 2-6, and they will travel to Trinity International next Saturday. That's the first of 3 straight road games. That will also then take them to Marion and then to Taylor. So not easy places to go for any team to get wins. They were 3-8 a year ago, 2-4 in the Mid-States Mid-East League. There's a new quarterback in. They hand the ball off, and that's blown up for a loss back around the 20-yard line. New quarterback in the ball game is Jake Simon. Simon, a freshman, also at 6'3". A little bit bigger than Brenheisen. He packs 205 on that 6'3" frame. That's a loss of 4. 2nd down and 14. Both teams now substituting liberally. Simon in there out of the pistol alignment, 2 wide to the left side. Play action fake, loads up, steps up, wrapped up and around, and down he goes. Back around the 15-yard line. Looked like Devin Green got to him. Devin Green there, but he had a lot of help. There were about 3 uniforms there. Let's check for the Cougars out there right now defensively. Manuel Evans checks into the ball game. Christian Vela is in. Deep secondary. We're looking at Adam Hoffer out of New Haven. But now it's 3rd down and forever. There's a quarterback draw on a design play, but that's only a gain back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3 and out for the Spartans, and they'll have to punt the ball again. And St. Francis, will they try to put more points on the board, leading it right now by 33 points. Boy, it did not look that way not that long ago. After that 41-yard field goal by Metzler in the 3rd quarter, the only score of that quarter, 35-23. And the Cougars looked like they were struggling a little bit here today. But once they got the ball in the 4th quarter with the win, that has changed in big time. Hack with a punt, low punt. That's fair caught at the 46 of Missouri Baptist. So Nate Carson catching that ball, and USF will set up 1st and 10 into Spartan territory now with 3:32 remaining in this ball game. Well, we've seen Clay Cenarius, and let's see if he remains in there. He does. Dylan Hunley is a wide out to the right side. Aaron Feely has checked it. That's Kyle May has checked into the ballgame for St. Francis as well. Now they'll run the ball and up the middle. That's a give to Cody Conwell. Conwell curls up the middle across inside the 45 and brings it down for a gain of about 5 yards to the 41-yard line. Cody Conwell getting some snaps. Ryder Burchett, freshman, 6'5", 260 out of Greenwood on the offensive line now, among others for St. Francis. Now let's call it a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Cenarius with wingback off to the left side. Out of the gun. Looks to hand the ball again. Here's Conwell. Breaks the right side. Works to the 35. Lowers the shoulder. Delivers a blow. He's got a 1st down close to the 31-yard line. Cody Conwell running well. Conwell, a junior out of Churubusco. But it's going to be a penalty on a holding call against Kyle May. That'll back him up and wipe out that 1st down carry. Clock down to 2:47, and the ball will come back on the walk-off back to about the Missouri Baptist 48-yard line. It will be 2nd down, and let's call it 12. Cenarius again with Conwell offset to the right side. Looks again, hands the ball off. Curl play off, tackle to the left. A little bit of running room. Second effort to the 40, 37-yard line. New running back, that's Nick Brickens now. Richard freshman out of New Pal gets in. And he's close to a 1st down. So you get that point in the game where everybody on the bus pretty much gets a chance to get a snap or two. And what you love across the way in the sidelines, the Cougar ones, if you will, are jumping up and down and cheering their younger teammates on as much as if this game was really on the line right now. Coming down to 2 minutes, time remaining. 3rd down and 2 call. Cenarius ready to take that snap once again. Looks, hands it off. There's Conwell wrapped up, and this time not going anywhere. Brought down back around just outside the 38. Brickens got the call. So it'll be 4th down coming up. Looks like St. Francis is going to run a play here with just 94 seconds remaining. Cougar coach Kevin Donnelly wants to see what the young fellows can do. John Doherty checks in on the offensive line out of Andrean High School. He's 6'2", 290. So Cougars on 4th down. They need about 3.5 yards trying to reach the 36-yard line. Cenarius looking to throw, and that's wide and incomplete, intended for Hundley, but no chance on that one. It'll be a 4th down stop, and Missouri Baptist will have one last chance offensively with 1:11 on the clock. And trailing here at home, 56-23. I'll take over. Spartans will have it 1st and 10 at, let's call that the 38-yard line. And we'll see if Simon's still in there at quarterback. Take Simon, freshman quarterback. Started with Brent Eisen. Read option, they run the ball. And that ball was fumbled, and St. Francis has got it. That was Devin Green, I believe. It jumped on Let's credit Green with that fumble recovery. So a problem on the exchange, and St. Francis will have it now at the 35-yard line. And with just 1:07 on the clock, let's see if they'll just take a knee, or they will try to run a play. We'll find out momentarily. This time, shotgun formation for Clay Cenarius as he looks and hands the ball off. And that's how the play designed to go to the left, but nothing there. Cody Conwell looking for some running room, did not find any. He'll lose a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Now Trevin Carr brings the play in from the bench. Stays in as the wingback to the left side. Hundley wide to the right. Would not expect Cenarius to throw the ball now with 35 seconds remaining. He does not. And it's a run up the middle to about the 32-yard line, and that is it. Nick Brickens on the call this time. And that may be the final play of this ball game as we're down to 21 seconds remaining. Cougars are walking away, and it's going to go into the books as a 56-23 victory for the number 1 ranked St. Francis Cougars. This was not an easy one for the better part of 3 quarters, but St. Francis runs away with it in the 4th quarter with a pair of Nick Ferrer touchdown tosses in the 4th quarter, 6 for the day.